Wow. Come on in, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Another Wednesday night, another testimonial. Come on in. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. I see we got 30 people in the building so far. We got 20 likes, so come on in. As the room builds up, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys tell your neighbor to hit the like button. How is everybody out there doing tonight? How's everybody out there doing tonight? Let's pay these bills real quick. Welcome back to another episode of Box Truck Testimonials. I'm your host, Mark the Mentor. We couldn't bring you this content without the support of our sponsor, Rock Financial. Are you a small business owner and need a capital to take your business to the next level? Look no further than Rock Financial, your trusted partner in business financing. 2 weeks ago, we had the opportunity to talk to Rock Financial, and it was a great conversation. They understand the unique challenges that entrepreneurs face, and they've tailored their services to provide flexible financing solutions that work for you. With Rock Financial, you can access a wide range of funding options, including business loans, lines of credit, equipment financing, and even merchant cash advances. They work with businesses of all sizes and industries, so whether you're just starting out or looking to expand, Rock Financial has a solution for you. So whether you need capital to grow your business, purchase equipment, or simply manage cash flow, which a lot of you I know have issues with, Rock Financial is here to support you every step of the way. Visit their website by clicking the link in my description today to learn more and start your journey towards financial success. Thanks again to our sponsor, Rock Financial, for making this episode of Box Truck Testimonials possible. And to all my subscribers and listeners, remember your dreams and business aspirations are within reach with the right partner. Rock Financial, your success, is their business. All right, so come on in, guys. Hit that like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. So outside of that sponsor, there's going to also be some more sponsors on this episode of Testimonials. So you will be seeing ads pop up, mid-roll ads popping up in the midst of this stream. So, just hit the skip ad button or watch the ad and join us back, or hit the skip ad button. I'm just warning you guys, there will be ads popping up because the show, there's people that want to put ads on the show. So this is the way I decided to include the ads, for them to be popped up throughout the stream. All right. Shout out to James for upgrading his membership. I see you, James. I see you, James. Let's do this roll call real quick so we can get on with the show. Shout out to SD Walk for checking in. Cleveland is in the building. Shout out to SD Walk. Who else we got? Shout out to Interstate Screw. Detroit is in the building. Big Herm, good evening. Corey Jackson, what up? Marcel, what's going on? Miles in the Box, Iowa in the building, what up? George, good evening, Mark. What's going on? Dallas in the building. What else we got? It's James from the chat. Shout out to James. Mark Brown, VA. Barbara Lee, what's going on? Georgia in the building. Flint, New Jersey in the building. New Jersey. Shout out to Tasha Payton. ATL in the building. Paul Smith, ATL Zone 6 is in the building. What's going on? Harrisburg, PA. Texas checking in. What's going on? Shout out to James, upgraded to membership level 3. Shout out to James, upgraded to membership level 3. Shout out to you, James. All right, so we got another exciting episode of the now infamous, the show is turning infamous, man, Box Truck Testimonials. This is episode 7. Of Box Truck Testimonials. And tonight's guest is going to be Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm blessed. Let's get straight into it, man. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, where you checking in from. How old are you?
Okay. My name is Jeremy Litmon. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. Right Right now, I'm currently in San Antonio, Texas. Gonna drop off a load in the morning. I'm 46 years old, um, and I started Hillside Transportation in March of 2023. After I worked a job for 10 years and a warehouse operator, and saved up my money and decided to buy a truck and jumped in.
Okay, well let's get into it. Let's take us. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning of your journey. How did your journey start into this wonderful world of box trucking?
My journey pretty much started like just getting tired of the people that I was working with at that job. You know, it was just a lot of controversy and um, that not sure what exactly to call it, but that workplace kind of stuff. And I always like to work by myself anyway. So back in 2009, I bought well I went and got my CDL and at Diesel Driving Academy in Arkansas, and went and drove for Prime Inc. for 2 years, and then I drove for Martin out of Texas for 1 year, and then left there and went to FedEx Local. Did that for about a year, and decided to go back to warehouse work because before that I worked 10 years for Halliburton. Um, they're an oil drilling company, and before that I worked 10 years for International Paper. They make paper, you know, sheets of paper.
Mhm.
So after getting tired of that stuff at the workplace, I just decided just that whole time I had been working overtime, so I've been stashing money, you know, just working and stashing money. And I also had a janitorial business where we cleaned apartments.
Okay.
After people out, we just go in and clean them, but they didn't want to pay that often. They want to pay you like once a quarter, and then don't want to pay you all your invoices and all that kind of stuff. So they had ran up a bag on me, and I'm still working. So after I got them to after I I cashed out on them. I had to sue them to get my money. I just decided to leave that job alone because they wouldn't pay you
Hmm.
that often. You know, they want to pay you once a quarter or every 2 quarters, and then they not want to pay you all of the invoices that you had in. So I said, I'm gonna start another business. I started doing lawn care, but I can't work out in that sun. I'm too old to be working out in that heat and stuff like that. So I decided I'm my CDL to use. So I decided to jump into the trucking industry, but as an owner operator instead of going company.
Hmm. We getting a
So
little feedback. We getting a little feedback. Do you hear yourself talking through the speaker when you talking or no? Because you might be
no,
hearing. No, you don't hear
no.
that echo.
Let me turn the Bluetooth off. See if that works. That
Yeah, I hear the reefer now. Say
Oh, you
something.
hear the reefer now?
Oh, that's better. That's better. That's better.
That's better.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
little better. Um. All right. So you started your business in March of this year, right?
2023. I mean 22.
Oh, so last
22.
March of last year. So you've been up and running like a little over a year and a half.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so let's talk. How did you quit your job and you said you're gonna start a business? You structured the business. Talk us through getting the truck and all of that stuff. Start from the beginning.
Okay. Well, like I said, I had that other business. So what I did, I just annulled that one right there and turned that into Hillside Transportation. So
Mhm.
just got straight with the state and the federal government, and after I got through doing that right there, I found me a truck. Got to looking on truck, looking on Ryder,
Mm-hmm.
looking at all the kind of places like that, and then none of them really have the kind of truck that I wanted, because I knew coming in, I seen all the struggles, 'cause, I used to watch all the videos, that do just do it and all the rental people and all that kind of stuff. So I knew I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't gonna do the rental, and I knew that I wasn't gonna be comfortable laying in no box truck or and be comfortable and just to wait on a load, because I think that would a lot that happens a lot. People get desperate for a load and stuff because they don't want to sit there in that truck because they're uncomfortable and miserable just sitting there in that truck in the truck stop. So I had to find the kind of truck that I wanted. So I could get a CDL truck since I got a Class A. Uh, so I got to looking online, looking and looking and looking. I finally found one up in Chi-Town over there at
Uh-oh.
AIM, truck leasing over there.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly
Yeah,
where you
over
at.
there.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the street, but it's I know it's a ride from the airport. I know that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But uh,
I know where you talking
I found that truck right there. It was a 2017 Freightliner M2 112 with 250 245 245,000 miles on it. Um, like I said, it's an M2, so it has a small 2 foot sleeper, and then I got the reefer version, so I got a reefer and lift gate, and it also comes with an APU to run air conditioner in the truck when you shut down.
Mm.
You don't have to idle your truck or whatever. You can run your TV and refrigerator. I got TV, refrigerator, all different kind of stuff up in here. So I want to be comfortable, and it also comes with saddlebag tanks on it, 280-gallon saddlebag tanks on it. So when I fill up, I can really travel. I can get some highway. And so after I got the truck, let me see. I paid. I know you want to know how much I paid for the truck.
Yep. Yep. Let's get to it.
They had it advertised for $78,000. I got them down to 72, which still wasn't no good deal. But the price of trucks was so high at the time and everything. If you go back to that time around 2022,
Mm-hmm.
truck was still high for a regular box truck that had like on 300 and or 400,000 miles on it. That joke was still high,
Yeah.
So I found this right here. I had a CDL. Even though it came from up there in Chicago, I knew it got surface rust on it. A little surface rust. It ain't nothing.
Right.
Everything worked on it. So I got the 72. I put down 20 grand on it. So they brought it down to 50 something because 2,000 of that went towards the tags or whatever. And and April the April the 17th, I was out rolling my first load.
What's your monthly note on that, and what's your insurance?
My truck note is 1,700 a month, and my insurance is down to 1,300 now. It was 17 when I first started it, but after that first year, it dropped down to 13. I'm hoping it's gonna drop down again this year.
Okay. All right. So you got the truck, and you said April 2022 you took your first load. Walk us through that experience.
All right, I, I'm a dispatcher guy.
Okay. Okay.
So my first load out, I found this dispatcher lady out of North Kakalaki over there, North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and she did what she could do for me. You know, my first load out the bat was a Landstar load, picking up in northern Arkansas, going up to northern Michigan.
Mhm.
$4,500 first load. I'm gonna, but that's something that I need to back up. I had a whole month before I had to make my first truck payment. So
Mm.
I had a good month and 2 weeks to run before my first truck payment was due. My insurance, I had been paying my insurance, but
Mhm.
my first truck payment was supposed to come out in a month and 2 weeks. So I had a little bit of time to run before I had to make that first payment. And that first month, that first week out, uh, I did like I said that $4,500 load, and then I think we might have did like a 20 another, oh yeah, from Indiana down to Jackson, Tennessee. I did another load for like 2,500 from up there, but the rate per miles I was getting back then were like 1.3, uh, different rates per mile. They were low rates per mile. But also though, I knew coming in because it had so many trucks in the space already. Because it's flooded. Because
Mhm.
I used to see all the box trucks on the highway, but I knew I had to stand out some kind of way. So I got me a specialty truck. It's Reefer, and I also got hazmat and tanker to carry me through on different loads that pop up on the board. Because I know back in January and February when it was real slow, if it wasn't
Mhm.
for the reefer and the tanker and the hazmat,
Mhm.
I don't know what I would be doing right now because it was super slow during that time. So
Mhm.
I just made it work. And, I think that's one of the main ways that I've been able to really maintain, and also having a CDL, because and making sure you got a good authority because I don't have no problems getting a load. I might have a problem getting a load, if they don't want to put it on a reefer truck. But other than that, and then if the rate ain't right, I get a chance to negotiate the rate, and to make it, if it ain't where I want it to be at, I just don't take it. But let me go back to my dispatcher though. She was cool though. But she had a lot of other trucks.
Mhm.
So I went home after running with her for 3 weeks. We ran up to, I think we might have made like 14 grand in those 3 weeks. And then I came back. No, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. I made about 10 grand in that first 3 weeks. Okay, first month. Cause whenever I go out, I usually stay out 3 weeks to a month, and then go home for 2 weeks for a week.
Okay.
Um, but after that, I went home for like a week or so to regroup because I wasn't making enough money. So I decided to run with this other dispatcher uh, out of California. And when I got hooked up with them, she gave me to one of her dispatchers, which was a Pakistani guy from Pakistan. I started working with him. This Joe right here, this is all he do. He search loads for me all day. That's
Mhm.
another way that I'm able to maintain. He search loads for me all day long.
Mhm.
When it's daytime over here is nighttime over here and vice versa. So
Right.
he up all night. He up all
Mhm.
night. I already know. I can already hear Kirk and Axel what they gonna probably say about the Pakistan dispatch.
Mhm.
But I tell you what, I hadn't missed one red cent,
Mhm.
not one, not one red cent. And so I got plugged up with him. And ever since then, shoot, I've been running. I've been running. I try to maintain that 20 grand a month, but I had some months where it's 14, 16, 18, but I had more 20s than I have uh 14s and 16s, but I counted up all my time that I done been off, and I done been off for a month and 3 weeks up
Mm-hmm.
until now.
Okay.
Out of this whole year, right here, and
So
that's not including my recess that I do on the weekend because I try to run Monday through Friday and get to where I need to get to on that Saturday or something like that, and then reset and then deliver on that Monday. That's how I try to do it, but sometimes it work out.
okay. All right. So you switched dispatchers last year. Around what time? Around what time period last year was when you switched to the Pakistani dispatcher?
I say around May. I say around
May.
May.
Okay. And
Yeah,
around last May, that's when fuel skyrocketed.
yes. I was.
So
Yes, it was. But
so take
luckily,
us
this
through that
truck
time
right here.
period. Hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, that was something else that I had to think about too. I got since I got an unrestricted uh CDL, so I got a Eaton 10 speed transmission. This truck right here got a DD13 in it.
Okay.
It don't have like we got a bigger motor than those than a regular box truck.
Hmm.
And that's something. I think that's another reason. They trucks be breaking down. 'Cause I don't think them kind of trucks made to haul 8,000 pounds. Doggone it for 10 hours straight traveling all day. This truck right here is kind of like it's made for traveling. Like I said, it got the saddle bags on it, the standard transmission with the DD13 is ready to cruise. But that's something else. I got some maintenance story to tell you about.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I
Okay.
that was
All
just
right.
talking about that cat.
Well, let's walk through. Let's walk through. You can get to the maintenance stories when you get to them. I kind of want to walk us down from when you first started all the way up to current. So we in the summer of last year. Did anything happen last summer outside of the high fuel prices that we need to know about going from the summertime into, let's say, like last year peak season?
Oh well, yes. Actually, well, I get I like to I like to get my truck maintenance. I keep up with the maintenance on my truck every 10,000 miles. I'm getting this jug of service. Every ten
Mm-hmm.
thousand miles. But I took it to Love's one time to get them to service it, and they changed my fuel filters and
Mm-hmm.
messed up the fuel canister thing that the fuel filter actually goes down into. Left
Mm-hmm.
some metal shavings down in there and messed up both of the fuel filters. And so we couldn't get it to crank or whatever. So I ended up taking it to Freightliner. Freightliner, doggone, they got a protocol that they got to supposedly got to go through to get it right. So they start instead of them starting what I told them what was wrong with it, they messed the canister thing up. They
Mm-hmm.
replaces the fuel filter, the low pressure fuel filter, the high
Mm-hmm.
pressure fuel filter, uh, uh, something else, and the canister thing. And that right there, they ran up a bill of $12,000. I'm about a month in, month and no, I'm about 3 months in. That right there happens.
Mm-hmm.
12,000 bit, $12,000 bill from Doggett Freightliner, but I had called in to that Love's and called that something else. They said, "Oh, need to listen to this." If they uh, I called into the Love's corporate and told them what happened to my truck and stuff, and they got me switched over to somebody right away. They got a department for that, to
Mm-hmm.
investigate it. So and then and just come to find out I did do the proper protocol. I took it to dock it to a Freightliner dealership instead of taking it to mom and pops. and they replaced like I said, they replaced the fuel filter, all that stuff cost $12,000.
Mm.
Uh, Loves sent me a check for $14,000
Mm-hmm.
for my inconvenience and pay for the repair on my truck. So that's something else. I know a lot of people like to do it themselves and take it to here and there, but if you plan on, I think that if you plan on keeping your truck, like I got a 10-year plan. That's what I didn't start off with. I got a 10-year plan. I want to be in this thing for 10 years. 5 years, I'm gonna take to pay this truck off. The other 5 years, I plan on stacking that paper and retiring by 55. That's my plan.
You
So
46 now, you said?
I'm 46 now, yeah. So I got 10
So
years.
yeah, okay. Well, you got a plan because that's one thing that I always tell people. Have an exit plan. And you the first person that's my year and a half on YouTube that's ever said, I got an exit plan. You know when you want to exit. So man, that's good, man. So you basically know what you need to do in the next 9 years for you to exit. You know what I'm saying? It means you're gonna be working and putting that money to the side because you want to
Yeah.
come out. So okay. So what loves was that? So that people don't go
Uh,
there.
it was that one right there in Otter Creek at Little Rock, right there in Little Rock, Arkansas. Right there,
Okay.
Otter Creek, right there by Bass Pro. They got a little shindig uh repair place right there. But you go on down to Love's and Malvern, they got a real shop there. A big nice shop where you pull your trucks in and all that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. But yeah, they messed it up. But Love though, they did me right though. Even though I would have made more money because my truck was in the shop for about a good week and a half. And dog it, they doggone soon as I was approving everything to get done. But I didn't know if Loves were gonna give me my money back at the time.
Right.
But I had to come on out of pocket. I had to pay that bill before I took my truck. So and then about it took Love's probably about 3 weeks or whatever, and they sent me a check. That lady, yeah, they got a department for that. So people, and TA got the same department because I had my radiator went out over there in Virginia. Over there, that was my next bill after that right there. That was my next bill, and my radiator had a crack in the plastic or whatever, and they ran me up to like $1,200, but they charged me $500 twice
Mm-hmm.
for labor.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I called I called the corporate people. I going to talk to them, and they did their investigation, and sure enough, they kicked me a check back for $500 and some dollars for to replace their radiator.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, uh, I think that was my last major repair bill.
Was
Uh,
that last year or this year?
During 2022.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2022. Yeah,
How was your peak season
I think
last year?
uh, I ran uh, from uh, from um, from May to December last year on my taxes. I did 88,000
Just from May to December? What'd you do for the year
from
in
May to.
total?
Well, like I said, I worked the other job. Uh,
Oh, that's right. That's
I
right.
had
That's right. That's
from
right.
my other
That's right.
job.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I didn't quit there until like when did I leave there? About February, somewhere around there or something like that. I was off a little bit of time, but I had been doing research on this box truck and stuff, for a whole year before I even quit that job, because that when everything was really booming during that 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, yeah, I
So,
watched all different guys, but I also learned off of everybody's struggles. You
mm-hmm.
can watch their videos and stuff, but you just learn what not to do. you know, different kind of stuff like that, you know, because I've been watching Serious Lanes and this dude Just Do It and, uh, you know, BCSA, him and the other guy out of Texas, you know, different ones, you know, Lando.
Mm-hmm.
I watch videos and stuff, you know, just learning, you know, just watching their struggles and stuff, because they were showing it, you know, they were showing you that how hard it was to get loads and all this kind of stuff, you know, like that kind of stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
um, like I said, I had that cushion though, you know, I had that month or whatever to to save up some money to put some money back. But also, you see, I had to spend money for that bill at the Freightliner and for the radiator. And then, like I said, I get my truck service, you know, quite often. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always at the Joe hit 10,000 miles. I go get the $600 fuel change or oil change, PM, what they call it.
Let me ask you this before we jump into 2023. You said you did 88,000 in a little over a half a year because you came in like the half mark, so about 7 months. So a little over half a year, you did 88,000. So it's safe to say if you would have ran the whole year, you probably would have flirted somewhere between maybe 140 and maybe 165, 170.
And that was
Out of that,
with a
I,
new authority.
yeah, yeah. So for 7 months, it's pretty good. So, um, that 88 grand, were you green? Were you in the black, or were you in the red that first year?
After the first year, I still I say I was sitting on about 10. You know, I
Okay.
had put you know, just in the clear, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
it and I'm also trying to put money back, you know, also, but I had a lot of expenses and you know different stuff like that during that first year, you know, so
Mm-hmm.
I had some money left after the first year. I say about 10, good, you know, but I also had money in the business, you know, in the business account,
Okay. I'm just trying to see
checking
what that
account.
I'm trying to see what that margin is for people that want to know. Let me see. Uh, about maybe about 9%. 9%. Let me see. Uh, yeah, that's not bad. It's a little bit more than what the average trucker is making. This is your first year, so you spent a lot of money learning the business. You had a couple maintenance uh, hiccups, um,
Uh,
and you said you put
Absolutely,
money into the. Go ahead.
I forgot. I forgot to tell you that I replaced every tire on here during that first year. You know, there's these tires right here. These like some of these two of these tires cost $1,000 and some dollars a piece. The two front
Mm,
steers, and then I replaced all the ones in the back too. You know, the four in the back.
mm-hmm,
That right there was about I say about 1,500 for each side. You know, that's about 3 grand right there. You know, and then I replaced the tires, and then, like I said, the maintenance. You know, because I know this in business because I didn't have businesses before, and I also watch you, you know, and Kirk and stuff. But I know the money gonna come in the back, you know, when at in the later times, you know, I'm trying to get money now to just to maintain the business to put into the truck. 'Cause this right
mm-hmm,
here is what's gonna make the money, you know. Because like I said, I got that reefer unit. I done replaced all the belts on it. Got it PM, got oil change, fuel. It done broke down on me 2 times en routes on loads and stuff. So you got to pull up in Thermo King,
mm-hmm.
pay them juggles. One time it cost me $600 and some dollars. Another time it cost me $800 and some dollars.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of I just been putting back a lot of money into the truck, and then also saving money. So the money I say the company is in the black.
Yeah,
I
you
say
said
that for
10,
sure.
so I just did the math. It's actually 11.5%. I did it in my head first and said 9. I was off 2 points. So 11.5% was your margin, which is good because an average trucker um, operates on about 2.5 to 6%. So 11% for your first year, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. And that's the business was cash flow too, right? There was money in the business as well, right? This is just
Yes, yes.
you were
I got the,
10,000
got the
cash flow. You were 10,000 cash flow at the end of the year
yeah, and checking.
in your
And I
business
got
account,
also
right?
got in the business
Okay.
business
Oh,
checking side. And I got the
okay.
saving side.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that puts you about 11.5% cash flow positive at the end of the year. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So uh let's jump into 2023. Let's jump into the Q1 of 2023, which was January, February, and March of this year. It was really, really
Oh, boy.
let me yeah, it was really, really slow.
Yeah.
But you have a reefer, but
Yeah.
it sounds like you're running dry loads last year, right?
Well, I'm running reefer loads too. Shoot, I ran like back then, I could get ticket like one time I was over there in New York. I got this load out of New Jersey, this fresh meat.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted it taken to Phoenix. They paid me $5 grand to go to Phoenix. And that was back when I first started running. That was probably about I had to been doing the summertime. Yeah, that was during the hot months. That had to been early. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got lows like that. Like I said, I had that one that paid 4,500. I think I had a good rate per mile on it. I can't remember what it was, but it was going up to Michigan, and I had that one from from New Jersey to Phoenix. They paid me $5 grand for that. And then with my truck note and my insurance, that's paid right there. Pretty much. And
You know
then the
you know
DAC
your cost per
board and
mile?
all. Uh,
You know your cost per mile?
oh yeah, to operate this truck right here I can operate it like on dry loads. I can operate like at $1 per mile. It
Okay.
still pull money. Still
Okay.
not all everything won't go into fuel. On reefer loads, I need to stick around about, as I say, about $1.20 to $1.30.
Mm-hmm.
Because it don't the truck drives. It don't use much fuel. But when they're reefer running, they be wanting -10.
Mm-hmm.
They be wanting wind blowing or something. They be wanting -10. Continuous. And that reefer is running. They're just
Mm-hmm.
running. But when I do reefer loads, I try to do them next day delivery. Like this load, I picked it up there at Norman, Oklahoma, and I
Mm-hmm.
got to take it down to San Antonio. It's pretty much I got delivery at 5 a.m. So it'll be it's pretty much a 1 day trip.
Okay. All right, let's jump into 2023, beginning this year, Q1, January, February, and March of this year. Good, bad for
Yeah.
you? How was it?
That was some of my 14. That was some of my 14s and stuff. Right there,
Mm.
14s and $16,000 a month.
Right. So, but you average about 20,000 a month, right?
Average, yeah, average
So,
for the most part. Because sometimes I have made over 20. A couple of months. But
mhm.
that's far and few between. But I have had um those kind of months. Yes.
so basically, you're making, and this is what we talk about on this channel. A lot of people, oh, I want to make 5,000, well, 20,000 a month. It's about 5,000 a week, and I tell people that's just not, for most people, it's not realistic. Most people I talk to now, they barely touching 3,500. You're working,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you're in a reefer truck, and you're averaging about 5,000 And you say you stay out for about a month at a time. So I just
Yeah,
hope
so most
everybody
time I
that's
stay out.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Usually I stay out about 3 weeks.
Okay, okay,
Like, but this time right here, I'm gonna stay out. I gotta stay out a month because I'm finna go. Well, I've been out for a month, but I'm finna get ready to go on vacation for a week. So I gotta run
okay,
the bag up.
okay. All right. So let's go into quarter 2 of this year. April, May, June. How did your Q2 go?
It went pretty good during the first quarter. Though I was taking a load over to Colorado Springs, right below Denver. Got over
Mm-hmm.
there. They're gonna come through Omaha, Nebraska. The doggone death go out on the truck. They're
Mm.
gonna slow me down to like 10 or 15 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily they got a freight liner up the road. I had to pull up in that joint, and they gave me the bad news. That right there was $4,500 right there. They
Damn.
and I was loaded then, so it was a dry load I was taking to Colorado Springs. So the lady she repowered it, and but she still paid me like I think that load paid like 1,600 or something like that. She still paid me 1,100 of it because I had brought it most of the way. It just had to leave Omaha and go to Colorado Springs, which wasn't that far. So she paid them. She took like I think it was more than that because she paid them like $600 out of what she was gonna pay me. So she sent me another rate con for less the $600 less. But I think I still took home like about 1,100 or so, something like that out of that load right there. So I had to pay that right there. That what you be talking about having cash flow. That's something else. That's something I need to work on, But I just I just I just got like two bills that I pay out of my business account.
Mm-hmm.
I pay my house note and my wife car note, and stuff like that. And then pretty much I say all the money stay in the business account. My wife works too, so that
So you
helps me
pay
out a
you,
lot.
you you pay your mortgage and your wife's car note out of your business account.
Well, out of the money that I transfer from it, that's about the only thing I got that's coming out of there. You know,
So do
but I,
you pay
yeah,
do you pay yourself?
no, no. I just
Oh
keep all
man,
the money in.
it was going so good, man. It was going
I know
good.
it, though.
Oh
That
man.
what
I'm
need to
like
do
this
is
the this the
man.
episode. This the episode. It's going man, you can't, you have to pay yourself. You gotta pay yourself, man. Because if you paying your personal bills, you could just pay yourself and then take care of your personal bills. You're not paying yourself. You gotta pay yourself. Even if you
Yeah,
just
I
paying
agree.
yourself enough to cover your cost of living, you it sounds like you making the money. It sounds like it. We haven't really dug into it, but you gotta pay yourself. So
I
all
got,
right.
I got, I got, I got a broker list for everybody, though. Because I got the broker list all the way back when I first started. So I don't know how those brokers are now. Working with new authorities, but I work with TQL and Landstar and stuff like that. Those wasn't the people I was really getting a lot of load from when I first started. It was I'm telling you, this Pakistani guy, I'm telling you, this dog will stay on that load board.
Mm.
I don't know.
So where are we at now? We are in. I guess we up to this point this year. How have you done so far this year? Where are you at growth so far this year?
I'm sitting at 128 right now.
128. Okay.
Yeah, including
And
this load right here, and I got another load I'm picking up tomorrow in Houston, taking it over to Georgia.
okay.
So,
Do you keep up with your books monthly? Do you know if you cash flow positive this year?
oh yes, I'm cash flow positive. The only thing is, I just gotta, I just keep on putting a lot of money back into the truck. But I got plenty. I have I got plenty of money in the checking, and
Okay.
savings too, and I'm trying to recoup. I haven't recouped the money that I
Uh-huh.
initially put into the yet,
How much
and
is
that's
how
and
much
that's when
how much did you invest? The 20 grand, right?
yeah, the 20 grand, yeah.
Okay. Um
So I haven't recouped that yet, but I'm staying pretty cash flow positive. I got plenty of cash flow. You know, and then
well
savings seem like
well
uh
here's the thing. I was gonna say I heard you mention savings. Why you got a business savings account?
because the money that comes out of the business directly, like the truck note, insurance, and all that kind of stuff. I just uh, I just want to keep money separate from the business, from what's coming out on a monthly basis, and then when I get so much into the checking, I put it into the savings, and then just keep that amount in the savings. I mean, in the checking.
So if you got cash flow in the business, you say you got I don't want to know how much you got. Why you just don't pay yourself a weekly stipend? You're not paying yourself nothing. So, you gotta pay yourself something. So even if you pay yourself uh whatever your cost, because if you're taking that money out to cover your expenses, you should the business should cut you a check, right? That'll be your payroll to yourself, and then once you payroll yourself, then you take that money and pay your expenses with, because you gotta keep track. You gotta pay taxes. You working, so that way that's
Yeah.
covering you. That's a write off for the business, right? Business got to have some type of payroll. You paying yourself, so now that's a write off for the business for payroll, and then you're paying yourself, and then you're taking care of your bills that way. So now you got something for the IRS for yourself as an individual at the end of the year. Make
So it's
sense?
not so yes, yes,
Somebody
yes.
said
So
you get
just
taxed. Man, I swear, bro. Go ahead, I'm listening,
just
man.
uh just transferring the money from one account to another account. That don't equate to the same thing. I need to write a check from the business.
You listen. Somebody in the chat right now saying no, you don't. You're gonna get double taxed. But here's the issue: when you want to go out one day and you want to buy a car, or you want to go out one day and you want to buy a house, if you don't have anything as the individual, you're not gonna have nothing for the bank to show. Somebody in the chat is saying no, you're gonna get double taxed. Well, you're an individual. Your business is separate. That's the point of creating a business. The business is the business. You're an individual. If I have a business, I make $1 million a year, and the money is in the business, and Mark doesn't pay himself, I got a business where it's just me, and I don't pay myself, and I want to go out and buy a house. I have to show my income, not the business income. Mark wants to buy a house. I don't have nothing to show because I haven't been paying myself. If I want to go lease a car into the business, I can lease a car into the business. The business has income. But Mark wants to buy, and I own property. So when people say stuff like this in the chat, it upsets me because it's not right information. If I want to go buy a house, I want to go buy a condo, I have to have a track record of income. Oh, listen. Somebody saying business can buy the house. Here's the thing: business buy the house. You hit me with your truck. Business owns your house. I'm suing your business for every single thing you got. And if the business owns the house, I'm taking that too. So if somebody in the chat saying bad under the business, go ahead. God forbid something happen. I don't wish nothing ill on nobody, but things happen. This is why you don't put your personal assets under the business. Because if you hit me with your truck, or if you give me a reason to sue you, anything the business owns, we're putting liens on it. I need all of that. I need it all. You see what I'm saying? So you pay yourself, right? Your personal assets are your personal assets. So if something does happen to the business, the only thing we can come after is the assets that the business own. Your personal stuff is safe. This is why you separate the two. I want to pay taxes as an individual because I'm an American. I want to buy things. I want the American dream. I want to buy houses and condos and cars and stuff like that. This is the real way you do it. I'm not talking to you. I'm speaking to the chat and the individual that's in the chat that said, no, you put everything in the business. No, this is what fake gurus tell you. And then when you go out to buy something, you have no proof of income as an individual. Why do people come for me, man? Why do people do it? Why do people do it? Why would you want to do that? Put it in your business if you want to. I'm not talking to you. Anybody out there, this has become a teachable moment. Put everything in your business. Put everything in your business. You listen to people that tell you to put everything in your business, and God forbid something happen to your business. Now, every single asset that your business owns is liable. This is the purpose of having a business. So you can separate your personal assets from your business. Why would I put my livelihood? God forbid if I lose the business, something happens, I lose the business. At least I got a place to go home and lay my head to that's safe that they can't touch. Why would I want to put my house under my business? Why would I want to, if I got a family, why would I put my house under my business? And God forbid one of my idiot drivers falls asleep behind the wheel. Now they kill somebody, and now my business is liable. They suing me, and they done put liens on everything. I can't even sell. I can't do nothing. Because if they sue me for millions and millions of dollars, that means we have to, they go whatever they can pull from. Oh, you got a house, we finna sell it. Oh, these trucks paid for, you gotta sell them. What? You got a condo in Florida, gotta sell it. No, you separate your personal things. I would never put the place I lay my head. Why would I jeopardize that? I've been sued before as a business owner. And they looked at everything. They couldn't touch the crib though. And I won the lawsuit. But trust me, if I would have did something stupid like that, this would have been wrapped up in it too. Because the business owns it. Yeah, you're gonna pay taxes. Yeah, you're gonna pay taxes. I want to pay taxes as an individual. Why? Because if I want to go buy a piece of property, I have my W-2. This is how much money I make. This is how much money Mark makes. How can you go buy a property? All right, bro. Sorry, I had to turn that into hey, man, I'm sorry, man. Hey, man, I had to. You put your house in another court. Hey, man, I ain't trying to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, that's what I thought I was gonna have to stand in a circle for today.
Listen.
That's what I knew I was going to stand in a circle for today.
This is why you pay. This is why you pay yourself. Because if you're a real person who wants to live the real American dream, eventually you're working to purchase a home or whatever. You're purchasing stuff in your name. You purchase something in your business name if you want to. Something like that. There's no way on God's green earth I would put a house under my business and then God forbid the business fails. Anything can happen. Look what happened to all these people that got into trucking during the pandemic that lost their businesses. Probably took out loans, anything, they coming after everything. You get sued. The house is liable because the business owns it. The one thing I do want to have is a safe haven, somewhere to lay my head in case I lose everything. At least I can go home and don't have to worry about them coming for that. Because if you do something to me and I got to sue your business, whatever that business owns, I'm telling Goldberg, Weinstein, Bernstein, whichever lawyers on my case, notice they were Steens. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I want everything. And some people, you know, they're going to come for everything that the business owns. And you don't want to have your house, you know what I'm saying, floating in the balance of that. So yeah, you want to pay yourself so that, you know what I'm saying, you pay taxes, and when you do decide to go out, maybe purchase a house down the line, purchase a car, you know what I'm saying, whatever. you have your W-2s that says, you know what, I'm Jeremy, I own a business, this is what the business pays me, and I want to purchase this $400,000 house or this $350,000 house. So I mean, other than that, everything is good. I really wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to the person in the chat. But yeah, you definitely want to pay yourself. So that's all. If you got money that's cash flow in the business and you paying your personal bills out of that account, just pay yourself what that amount is, right? So let's say your bills, I'm just throwing a number out there. Say your car note and your mortgage is $1,000. I know it's more than that. I'm just saying it. You just pay yourself $1,000. And then take that $1,000 or pay yourself a little bit more because taxes are going to come out of that. Just make sure you pay yourself enough that when taxes come out, you'll have the money to pay whatever your living expenses are, and then just pay that out of the payment that you pay to yourself, because that becomes a taxable event for the business. It's payroll. It's taxable. It's a write-off. You know, you have.
Actually write myself a personal check from the business, or transferring it is that the
Well, I if I no, you don't transfer. You don't transfer.
uh,
Uh, you could get in trouble for that. But what you want to do is you want um uh God, what's the, I can't think. I'm so upset right now. QuickBooks. QuickBooks. You get like a QuickBooks program, and then you can do payroll within QuickBooks. You just input your information. If you want to do like a set salary every week, it'll automatically, you're going to put your state in, and it'll automatically know what to deduct for like your state taxes and federal taxes and stuff like that. And then from there, you can set it up where do an ACH. You can put your banking information in, your personal information, and it can automate it for you. Or you can, if you don't want to do it that way, you can use the program to populate what you, okay, say you want to pay yourself $1,000 and you put the information in, and it'll populate, okay, you need to deduct this for this, this for this for that. Or the easiest way you could do is just hire a certified public accountant, just sign your business up with them, and then let them handle it for you. They'll charge you a monthly fee, and they'll keep your books for you. So then when tax time comes around, they'll already have your books because you've been sending them your statements every single month. So they're already doing your books throughout the year, right? They're itemizing all your expenses, right? And when tax time comes around, your taxes are pretty much done because they've been doing it for you every year, every month. And while they're doing it every period, whether you want to pay yourself weekly or bi-weekly, they're handling your payroll too. So they'll either direct deposit and deduct that and put it in your account, or they'll just overnight you a check for you to pay yourself, however you want to set it up. Me personally, I would just pay that. You're just a single one person business, so it's not going to be that much. You may pay like $100 a month, but that becomes a write off as well. You see what I'm saying? While you're out on the road, you got the CPA firm handling your books for them. Only thing you're doing is just literally every month when the bank, updates your statement, you can just download it and email it to your CPA, and then say, look, I want to pay myself every week $1,000, or every 2 week $1,500, and then they're gonna handle that for you. They're gonna send you your quarterlies every quarter, as far as your unemployment insurance and all that stuff. Your Medicaid, Social Security, because you pay those taxes quarterly, and they're handling all that for you, so that you don't have to worry about it and figure it out, and you're just paying whatever it is, $100 a month, and it just makes things seamless, and that's a write off as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna look into that when I get back. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was ready to stand in a circle about today. I already knew I was gonna have to take that on the chin right there when I told you that right there. So, but I never did hear what you said about how you have to pay yourself. How to. I really didn't know. I was just transferring money from my business account, because my business and my personal checking is in the same bank,
But
so I could
see,
just
that
transfer.
technically, I don't want to say it's illegal. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if that's called embezzlement. I don't want to say it because I may be wrong. I got to really look up the definition, because if you're taking money from your business and you're transferring it to your person, you're paying yourself without paying taxes. You're not paying unemployment tax. You're not paying state, federal. You're not paying medical, Medicaid, Social Security, none of that. When you say you want to retire, so you want to pay into that stuff. You want to pay into that stuff anyway. But by you just transferring that money from your business to your personal account, uh, you kind of want to go through the right procedure so that you can pay Uncle Sam and Social Security and all that stuff, and have a
Oh, I
track
pay taxes
record.
at the end of the year. The taxes last year, shoot, I had to pay in last year to the state, federal. It came flush, but the
But you
state,
but
no,
you
I had to
but
pay.
you have to pay the state.
uh,
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what
Yeah,
I'm saying. If you pay yourself, those deductions are automatically coming out. You wanna you here's because we could talk about this all night. The main reason you see you the main reason you want to pay yourself, right, is because one day you may want to buy a house and you need a track record of earnings. And this is where the problem comes in at. It's a million other reasons why you need to pay yourself, but this is the one I want to sink into your head. You never know what the future holds, right? And if you decide to buy a house one day, they want to see your income. They're not going to approve you for nothing if you can't prove that you've been working and you're making whatever you need to be making for them to approve you for whatever loan for whatever type of house you're trying to buy.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I
you can be
understand the
you could
concept.
be transferring it all you want, but that ain't. It's hard
Yeah,
buying.
it
Like
does.
the banks. Listen, banks are sticklers now when it comes to buying property. Sticklers.
Mm,
They want to see
yeah,
everything. So you got to make sure everything is in a row. I'm not telling you for the right now. I'm telling you for the future. And that's what people um make mistakes at because they think for the right now. But later on down the line, the mistakes that you're making right now may affect you later on down the line. Because you may continue to do this, do this, do this, do this, run up a bag. Now you want to go buy a house, So, you know, just information, you know what I'm saying? Just information. But yeah, I mean it's all good. Just, that's the only adjustment that it look like you need to really make. That's the only adjustment that I see you need to really make. You know your numbers and just you just need to structure, the money that's coming in. You just need to pay yourself something. Figure out what you can comfortably pay yourself and still cash flow the business. And that's it. That's it. So where we leave off at?
uh, second quarter.
Second quarter? No,
Yeah,
we talking
I,
about where you at right now. You said you're about 128 right now, right?
yeah,
128. And you said you cash flow positive. I didn't want to know what you got in your bank, but you said you got money in the bank. But you said you're not
yeah,
paying yourself. That's where we left off. That's where
right.
we got into this, right? So you're not paying yourself. All right. So I know a lot of people want to know because that's pretty much your testimonial has led us up to here. You haven't really had any really major bumps in the road. Only bumps you really had seems like just maintenance issues. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just maintenance. Oh yeah, that's something else. My MC, that's something else. I got a neat and clean MC. I do my IFTA. I keep. I got 3 inspections earlier this year. And I don't have no problem getting a low. The problem be trying to get them up to the amount that I want them to get to. If they
Mm-hmm.
don't want to pay that. Just have to move on or sit in my truck. Until I get something to get me moving. That's pretty
Mm-hmm.
much how I do it. But like I just came home from home time. I picked up a load in North Little Rock and brought it down to Fort Worth. It paid $1,000, so that put like that was like $2.47 a mile or something like somewhere up in there. Then that load I just load I'm sitting on right now. it paid $1.57 a mile.
Mhm.
It paid 11.50,
Mhm.
and then I got that load picking up tomorrow. I got a deadhead over to Houston, pick up that load and take it to over by Savannah, Georgia, over by in between Savannah and Jacksonville. They pay 1,800. So I
Mhm.
should be for the week, and then I'm gonna try to grab something Friday, 'cause I could drop that load right there. I'm supposed to drop that load pretty early. I think like about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. Then after that, I need to get something from there, something short or something kind of long, something where I can shut down by Saturday evening, so I can try to get to the $5,000. Because right now I'm gonna be sitting at like 39.50
Mhm.
for the week.
Mhm. That's good. That's good.
And, uh,
Um,
and
what?
out of that,
What? Cause go ahead. I'm sorry.
out of that 39.50, out of that 39.50, I might have to spend like 1,100 to $1,000 in fuel since I didn't in all. So I gotta deduct that out of that
Mhm.
39.50. But
Okay.
then I still have fuel left over, when I get over there. Cause I'm gonna probably put $400 more in here
Mhm.
somewhere along the line, and that I'm already at over a half a tank now, so that'll get me there. Plenty
Mhm.
of fuel, and I make most of that 1,800.
So you say you pretty much run all day. You don't got to stop. Your truck burns slow.
Oh yeah. There's 10 speed, 10
Mhm.
speed, and then I'm doing all that stopping and going and stuff. So once I take out, I'm gone. I be riding. It depends on how far I gotta go, what I gotta do. Most of the loads I try to do is just 1 day loads. Seem like those are the ones that you can get the best rate per miles out of. Is pick up today, deliver the next morning. This
S-
2 day loads and all that kind of stuff. They
Mhm.
seem like they bring my rate down because if you don't, I try to get to like $1,000 a day, $5,000 a week.
Mhm.
Doing that, but when like some loads that might want to take you 2 days, and they only pay you 1,600, so you done already lost $400 right there. But
Mhm.
this load I'm picking up tomorrow, you pay 1,800, and I dropped that off Friday morning, so it's kind of right there in the ballpark, because I'll be dropping it early Friday, so it give me a chance to get something else.
What? What's the ratio? What's the ratio of dry loads in comparison to reefer loads that you pull? Would you know that offhand, or how do you just go based off what you see, what's available, what's paying higher? Do you know what the ratio? Do you pull more reefer loads than you pull dry loads?
I say it's probably kind of like half and half, or just a tad more dry loads. I run a lot of dry loads because like I said, I also do hazmat and tanker, and then there's something else. They want to make sure they get their real ID and all that kind of stuff, because that'll allow me to I get a lot of pharmaceutical loads and
Mm-hmm.
just strange stuff being shipped from Kenya and all different kinds of crazy. And it just be one little pallet, man. They pallet weighs 600 pounds, man. They'll pay $2,000. Take it,
Mm-hmm.
take one load I had, I picked up in Tennessee above
Mm-hmm.
Nashville and just took it down to Atlanta, fifteen
Right.
hundred dollars.
Okay.
That kind of
Okay.
But
Uh.
yeah, it's pretty much it's a tad more dry loads, I believe.
Okay. Um. But those reefer loads pay more though, right?
Oh, they sometimes, man, it just depend on the board, man. They sometimes they try to get you to run a reefer load for $1.20, a dollar. You know, some semi man, these semi trucks. I don't know how they making it, but I know how much fuel they burn. You know, 'cause I used to drive a semi truck, so I know them things burn some fuel, and they their rate's not too good either. You know,
Mm.
they struggling at $1.30 something a mile. You know, $1.40, $1.50 a mile, that kind of stuff like that. And that's pulling a 53 foot, you know, 20 something thousand pounds, you know.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay.
something else. I don't overload my truck, even though this is a 33,000 pound truck. I don't put no more than 8,000 pounds in the back.
Mm.
That's it.
Oh,
Most
okay.
and most of my loads is 6,000 and less. You know, I do a lot of 1,500 pounds, you know, that kind of, cause it's a kind of like a specialty truck, you know, cause some depending on what area I'm in, you know,
Mm.
like when I'm over in New York area, they
Mm-hmm.
always this load picks up out there on Long Island out there at this crazy city named Cockla Blockla or something like that, but they just it's one pallet of saline that they want to take to St. Louis, you know, and that's
Mm-hmm.
close to Arkansas. So I have waited there for a day or so for that load to pop up there, and there I go. I get a chance to go home then, cause St. Louis right above Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna ask you something. But I'm gonna open up the chat for questions. Because I forgot what I was gonna ask you. But I'm gonna open up
Awesome.
the chat for questions. If you got questions, now's the time. I know a lot of people had reefer questions for the other gentleman that came up, and I did that video with about a couple months ago. That older gentleman from Atlanta. But here's someone else that has a reefer truck. So if you got questions, now is the time. And while people are putting those questions in, I saw something in the chat, and I'm just gonna put this to bed real quick because I see people going back and forth, and I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna explain something to people so they don't set themselves up for failure. And this is what people got to understand. People got to be real. They have to think realistic. Let me find this. I got to turn this into a teaching mode. Keep punching the slave clock, Moose Lodge. Ask any millionaire, multimillionaire, etc. They work through C Corps, not LLC. It's all legal and it's in the tax code. It was something else I saw that I wanted to address. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Right here. This is why black people are all upset with Trump. He doesn't pay taxes because he controls everything and owns nothing. Let me break this down real quick. We're not millionaires. We're poor people. All of us. Everybody in this chat is poor. Me, you, everybody that's in the chat is poor. Everybody. You have some people are just more poor than others, but we're all poor. All right. We're all poor people. Trump is a part of the 1%. All right. So he lives in the penthouse in a building with his name on it. He can go down a few flights. He can swim. He can get a massage. He can do this. He can do that. All right. He owns buildings and he doesn't even own these buildings. People own these buildings and they lease the name from him. The point that I'm trying to make is his situation and our situations are two different things. Because guess what? When Trump Airlines went bankrupt, when Trump casinos went bankrupt, when the Taj Mahal went bankrupt, guess what? Trump is a billionaire with property and golf courses and all these entities that make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. He can live in a building. He can live in Trump Towers that Trump International owns, and he doesn't own it himself because he has shit all over the place. We're poor people. If we start a business and something happens to that business, we don't have a multitude of other businesses where we're making money from. We don't own a 90-story building where we can live in the penthouse where all the floors under us are generating income. You got multiple restaurants, you got rooftop bar here, you got massage parlor, you got a barbershop, you got hair salons, nail salons, and everything that goes in. You got rental, you got people that's living in there, rental units, you got a hotel side. That's a different ball game. We're poor. Why would we buy a home in our business name and something happens to the business, now we homeless? Let me know where that makes sense. Let me know where that makes sense for a poor person, or why a poor person would do that. You work all your life, you bust your ass, you work very hard to acquire this American dream of home ownership, and you put it in something that's risky, like a business. The business could fail, the market could shift and change. You're not making money anymore, so the business has to dissolve. You get sued. That's the biggest thing you need to worry about. You need to worry about getting sued. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So why buy something, poor person, because you're poor, just like me and just like everybody in this chat? Why work hard to get a home for a safe haven and risk it in a business? That's the one thing, if anything, that I want to own in my name. Because if everything else fails, I can go home and cry myself to sleep in my bed. Why would I purchase that in the business? Stop. Listen, don't be scared. Man, I'm not bringing you on, man, because you coming on because you're a big Vic supporter and you've been mad ever since that situation. All right, that happened. That shit didn't even have nothing to do with you. You've been trying to redeem that situation. What you're saying don't even make sense. That whole millionaire, billionaire, that's the 1%. That's why it's 1%. People trying to live like these people, and we can't live like these people. What you saying is not even making sense. You saying stuff that's going to set somebody up for failure. Because if, God forbid, if your truck hits me while I'm crossing the street, or rear ends me, or hits my little kid while they're running in the driveway playing basketball and the ball rolls and your truck backs in to do a delivery and they hit my kid, I'm suing you. And everything your business that's under that business, we want all of that. Put liens on all of it. I need $20 million. And you ain't going to have it no way. So whatever you got, we need it. Sell the house. I need it all. I'm coming for it. I'm not finna sit up here and debate with you, because that's ignorant. It don't even make sense. We're not Donald Trump. We don't own buildings with 100 floors where we're making revenue from every floor under us, and we living in the penthouse. And guess what? If this building collapses, we got a Trump Tower in Chicago. We got one in Vegas. You got one in Japan. You got one over here. You got one over there. And all of them are in different corporations, because he's not stupid. He's not going to put all of his businesses under one holding company in case he gets sued all the time. Why do you think he has options? When Trump Airlines went under, did the Trump Towers go under? No. When the Taj Mahal went under, did all his other businesses go under? No. When Trump Casinos went under, did all the other businesses go under? Now, what if he would have had all his money? Because the Taj Mahal was a catastrophe. See, like, you want to talk business? Let's talk business. The Taj Mahal was a catastrophe. You had contractors working that wasn't getting paid. The lawsuits went flying. People listen to these fake gurus online and this stuff sounds good, but it don't even make sense. Can you do it? Yes. Why would you do it, poor person? You're poor. You're poor, man. Stop thinking like you're a billionaire. Think like a poor person. Man, shit don't even make sense, bro. All these people coming here with this dumb shit. Listen to these retards that selling these false reality dreams. And this is why everybody running around the internet right now calling out all these scammers and crooks and frauds from during the pandemic that made money off of them. You go buy a house in your business name and something happened to the business and lose your house. Then you're going to sit up here being homeless, living in front of the police station like all these migrants, living in a shelter.
I think Trump just got found guilty yesterday of overinflating his assets. I think so. I think he
Trump,
was a bad, you know.
listen, Trump is gone. He's on another planet when it comes to business. He got a multitude of businesses. I watched Trump growing up. He's started and lost plenty of businesses. But the way his businesses are structured, it doesn't matter. He's borrowing money. Listen, Trump gets money off his name. His name is his brand. A lot of these the building here in Chicago, he don't own that building. They leasing his name for like 11%. He has a small minority ownership in that building. His name. The Jordan restaurant here. Jordan don't own that restaurant. They leasing his name, man. A lot of people believe this stuff. Trump don't own this stuff, bro. His name is his brand.
Yeah, you can try back into right here where I'm at.
Read some Robert Kiyosaki. Dude, I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad 3 times, man. Like, who you think you talking to, bro? I'm educated, bro. Like, all that stuff you done heard from Ty Lopez and all these retards on this, they ain't gonna work with me because I'm smart for real. Like, I really got a college degree for real. I really read books. I'm really not stupid. Read some Robert Kiyosaki. Dude, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad 3 times. What are you telling me? Assets over liabilities. My house is an asset. I could pull equity out of it any time. I bought my place 10 years ago for $250,000. This thing worth down to $500,000 now. It's an asset. Why would I put my condo in my business name? Business is risky. At least I know I have a place to stay. I'm not Trump. I don't own a bunch of different buildings and stuff, and I own the building and I live on the top floor, and I 123 Main LLC, and I own 124 Main, and I got that in a different LLC, and 136 Main LLC. I own 3 different buildings, but I live in the first one. If the one I live in catches on fire and somebody dies and they sue me and I lose that building, I still own 124 LLC, 126 LLC. I own this, I own that, I own this, I own that. Trump is different. You can't compare Trump to poor people. We're poor. And then it says, read Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Assets over liability. Your home is an asset. It's an appreciating asset. Why wouldn't I want to own a home? Now, Mark has never owned a luxury vehicle. My business has leased luxury vehicles, right? Mark, as an individual, I've never spent $100,000 for a vehicle, but my business has. And since I'm the president of the business, I get a take-home vehicle. Now, that's smart. All right, you lease them 3 years, you turn in, you get another one if you want. You write off the depreciation one time. You write off the lease payment. The business owns the fuel, so the vehicle gets a fuel card. That's smart. But as a poor business owner, poor person, because you're poor, just like the rest of us, you're poor. Get out of this billionaire mentality in your head, because you're not. You're poor. Why would you go do something stupid like that? So some guy who thinks that goes and buys a house under his business, the business folds, or he scales the business to 2-3 trucks, and then one of his retard employees goes and runs some lady over. Now that family is coming for everything. Now you just had a newborn baby, then put a lien on your house. Your house is wrapped up in the lawsuit. Your money is tied up. You ain't got no money. Then what? Where you gonna go live at? What you gonna do then? Come on, bro. Stop playing. Oh man, this is okay. We all been well. Listen here, bro. Listen. I'm poor. I'm poor, and I've grossed millions of dollars. But guess what? I haven't netted it. I might just not be as poor as the next person. But we all poor because what? We're not part of the 1%. If you're not part of the 1%, you're poor. You're just a little bit lesser poor than the next person. Just because you might have 150, 200, $300,000 in your account don't mean you poor. Poor. You're just a little less poor than the person who has less than $10,000 in their account. If you in a box truck and you sitting up here watching Mark, you're poor. Because the wealthy ain't watching Mark. That 1%, they ain't watching Mark. They ain't even on YouTube. So if you sitting up here typing in the chat, God damn it, you poor. Like, man, like, come on, bro. Stop playing, man. Stop playing, man. Poor. Man, please, man. Yeah, you poor. You may not be po, but you poor. You may not be po, but you poor. Bring me on, stop it. Hey, Pippi, get rid of him. I ain't finna play with Buddy. I ain't finna play with Buddy. Pippi, go ahead and get rid of him. When you had your chance to come on 2 weeks ago, I did the thumbnail, spent money on the thumbnail, and you canceled. So ain't nobody scared. Hold on. Let's see. This is what happens. I hate that this happening right now, but hold on a second. Let me show you something real quick. Since he wants to talk crazy, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see something. Tell me something good. Hold on, let me show you something real quick. All this is stemming from he's one of Big Vic supporters and he feels a certain type of way about that live that happened with Big Vic. Big Vic ain't tripping on that live. You the only one that's tripping on that. All because I asked him, what did I ask him about the aligning himself? Man, you been had your panties in a bunch since then. What's that? Hold on a second. You want to come in here and disrupt some stuff? Hold on. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Here you go. Boom. Let me share my screen real quick. All right, so he's saying bring him up, stop being scary, right? Check this out. How you share the screen? Check this out. Let's share the screen. Oh, this is him right here. This is the date, right? The 17th, and this is him. I did the thumbnail and everything. He canceled. He wanted to come on and hold me, Kirk, accountable for that Big Vic stream where Big Vic was on Kirk's channel, and he wanted to come on and hold on, let me pull it up. He wanted to come on and hold us accountable. I said, no problem. Send me a headshot and we'll do it. I had the guy put the title accountability, subscriber addresses the wise man. He canceled. Listen, I was ready. I was prepared Sunday and I wanted to hear you hold us accountable. You canceled. Now you said you had something to do and that's fine, but I gave you an opportunity. I even spent money for the artwork to present it the correct way. You canceled. Ain't nobody scared. I'm holding my own right here with you right now. You ain't saying nothing that's making sense. You feeling a certain type of way about a man who ain't even addressing it. You standing up for another man. If that man got something to say, let that man have something to say. You stand up for the man, and you ain't even doing a good job standing up for the man. My subscribers already sent me the screenshots when I was doing the live with Rock Financial when Vic was live. Hold on, let me pull that up too. Shout out to all my MGMs. Let me pull that up. Let me show you something. Cause see, people are like, playing these games, like these games and stuff. But I see how you gotta deal with this stuff now. I see how you gotta deal with it. Let me show you something real quick. Somebody sent me something. Hold on. Let me see something. Give me a second. Hold on. I gotta go through. Might email me some. Hold on a second. Man, I apologize, man. But that misinformation can't be spread. It can't be spread throughout the chat. Hold on. Let me see something. Where is that information at? Oh, man. Is this it? Oh, you know what? I know where to find it at. Give me 1 second. Let me show you something real quick. Hold on. Boom. Let me show you something. All right, boom. Let me close this out. Let me close that out. Let me show you this real quick. See, I've been sitting on this stuff. Hold on. I've been sitting on it. I'm not a shit starter. I ain't messy either. But since people want to play with me, let's play. I've been sitting on this for weeks now. Hold on. So he did the live, and here you go, E Double. I went to bat for you with Mark the Mentor and Kirky Stale. They want me to come on the live Sunday. I didn't ask you to come on the live. You asked me, could you come up? And I said, okay, but it ain't going to be today. I'll do a live Sunday, and if you want to come up, you can come up. When would I ask you to come on my live for? You asked to come up, and I said, okay. But then you go over there and say, I asked you to come on. I didn't ask you to do nothing. So you go over there to start trouble. Well, you starting trouble because you going over there being messy. We didn't ask you to come up. For what? Right here. Somebody sent me that. Because I was live at the same time he was live. So, man, I ain't got time to play no games, man. You went to bat for another man. This is what you wrote. You wrote it. And I was live at the time. But my community, like, yo, you was live with Rock Financial, but look, buddy, it's the buddy from the other day. Look what he over there talking about. When I got off live, I had screenshots all in my DM. This was 2 weeks ago. I wasn't messy. But you want to come in here and be messy. You making him look bad. You ain't going to bat for him. You making him look bad. You making yourself look bad. You went to bat for a man. Don't no man need to go to bat for me. I can handle it myself, just like I'm handling right now. Man, get out of here, man. Hey, man. See, this is how you gotta play with like these cats, man. Like this shit right here, boy. I was going to stand up for black people. Man, please. I had an emergency with my mom's. Why you getting so upset? Listen, I'm not getting upset. You coming in here, you going back and forth with the chat. I'm trying to do a show. You giving misinformation to people in the chat, you know what I'm saying, so they can go off a cliff. I'm correcting the information. And every time you come in here, It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, bro. We ain't with that over here. It's clear who's your man, and that's fine. I don't have issues with him, so he don't have issues with me. At least I don't think. It was a little sneak this and here and there, but it was minute. It ain't no issue. But you want to keep coming over here disrupting what we got going on, then running over there doing super chat saying you went to bat and we asked you to come. Well, I'm going to ask you to come for anything. I didn't ask you to do a testimonial. Only thing I'm going to ask person to come up is for a testimonial, and that's pretty much it. Well, I'm asking you to come up for. You asked me, could you come up? And I said, okay, you can come up Sunday. Whatever you got to complain about because you was going off. Listen, I can go further and further down the line. But I'm going to leave it right there. What happened between us when we had a conversation like men, it ended and there was nothing else about it. I don't know why you feel the need to keep causing a disturbance over here. Nobody did nothing to that man. If that man has an issue, he can address it with me. I'm here 3-4 nights a week. All you gotta do is say drop the link, and I'm gonna drop it. Like when Trucking Out the Box said, drop the link. I dusted him up and got him up out of here. Like, I don't know why y'all middle America people, like, y'all gotta chill out. Y'all middle America cats gotta chill out. Like it get ugly around these parts. It will get ugly. For real. Like, nobody gotta standing up for another man. Man, please. Man, I apologize, man. This guy been a thorn in my ass for the past, I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying?
I watch your videos and stuff. I already know. I already know what you're talking about. I don't know the guy, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. So yeah, so it's all good, man. You know, this internet stuff. Like, the bigger you get, you know, the more people. You know, not more people. You're gonna have trolls and stuff like that, or you're gonna have people that have their own opinion on things. But some opinions is just like really, really far left. Like when I said poor, I knew that would trigger, and that's why I said it. The way a person who's a billionaire operates his business, like, we can't operate business like that. People try to compare it. Well, Donald Trump, listen, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, the way these guys handle business, we're a long way from handling business like that. It's different levels and different scales and just different things you got to go through. It's cool to idolize these guys. It's cool to study these guys. It's cool to get motivation from these guys. It's cool to learn from them. Yes, but when it comes down to something like that, it doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? Let me ask you this. With the back and forth we just had and everything that I said, would you buy a house under your business? Your trucking business. Would you purchase a house under that business?
Oh no.
And why not?
Pretty much for the reasons you stated. I only got one house, and that's where I live at, so I can't have nobody come taking it from me. So it makes sense not to put that in your business name, because trucking business, it can get bad real quick. Just bumping somebody, it can get bad. So I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Now, if
Now,
we was, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would probably lease some people, like you say, and stuff like that, for the business, something like that. But as far as where I lay my head at, no, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it don't make sense, man. It don't make sense at the level where we're at.
Yeah, I'm at.
You know what I'm saying? We're not a part of the 1%. And people think these NBA players and these NFL players, they poor too. You know how many retired NFL players is working construction? Doing regular jobs, like literally doing regular jobs. It's a lot of NFL players that have regular 9-to-5s. I swear to God. I'm better off
successful
than
and
a lot of
able.
former. Listen, I'm doing better than a lot of former NFL players. No, I swear to God. It's a lot of them that we can go down the list right now that are doing bad, that have already got documentaries and told a story. And it's plenty of them. They the worst ones. They only get paid for 17 games. They don't get paid in the offseason. They get paid for 17 games. Everybody ain't Tom Brady. Everybody ain't got endorsement deals out the wazoo and can make money just off their name. Why is it that every time I go to a club or a bar for people around my age, I run into Antoine Walker? He already told his story. I can walk up to Antoine Walker and shake his hand. Every time I go, I run to Antoine Walker. This dude's an all-star, championship ring. I think he sold his championship ring. He lived right down the street from me. I swear to God. Right down the street from me. Antoine Walker. I don't idolize people because they just, some of these NFL and these NBA players, they poor. They just a little less poor than me. I'm more poor than them, but they poor. We're not part of the 1%. Only 1% in this country is wealthy. They're not watching YouTube. They're not watching box truck content. They somewhere telling the president what war to start or what war not to start and what country should we invade so we can get semiconductors and stuff like that. This is what they interested in. Who should we go to war with? We need semiconductors. We need to control the semiconductors. We need to control the oil. This guy may be a threat. We need to go ahead and get rid of him. Go ahead and get rid of him. So, all right, questions. Man, I apologize again, man. I apologize. Somebody said Karl Malone is a truck driver. There you have it. So, like, man, I ain't trying to hear all that stuff, bro. Like Paul said, it's the truth. We are poor, just different levels of poor. There you have it, man. Anybody got any questions, man? Man, let me see. I need questions before I go. Now's the time to ask all your reefer questions. Reefer questions. I apologize again, man. Man, I just, man, that shit don't even make sense, man. Let me see. Shout out to James. Stand up for black people.
I know I don't see very many reefer trucks out here on the road. You don't see that many. You don't see near as many box trucks as you did in 2020, 2022.
Well, a lot of people have exited. A lot of people are continue to exit. I've been talking to so many people this week as far as coaching calls and just pro bono people. I talked to a guy today. He may be watching. I ain't gonna say who he is. He first load, Florida to Texas, 1,400 miles, $1,200. I'm like, you didn't like. I'm like 1,400 miles. He said, yeah. I said $1,200. I said, that's not even $1 a mile. He said, it's not. I said 1,400 miles, $1,200. I said, you're going to end up paying when this is all said and done. When you get there, you're going to end up paying. Yeah, I already put 600 in. Yeah, I know. Well, he said that when I get there, they're gonna have something coming back. Yeah, that's what I know. That's what they tell you. That's what they tell you when you're trying
Exactly.
to come out of places like Florida and Montana and stuff like that, or going to Montana. You know what I'm saying? Or going to Florida. Yeah, they're gonna tell you anything when they see you green to get you to take it, and then when you get there, they're not gonna answer the phone for you no more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like 1,400 miles for $1,200. Like that should have just clicked. That math is so
Yes.
easy, it's pathetic. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that goes
Well, yeah.
for, and it's more to that story that I don't even want to get into. That goes into not knowing your cost per mile. That goes in just to not understanding business, investing in something that you don't understand, not doing the proper research, not buckling down and understanding the business before you start running it. And this is ultimately why a lot of people are failing, man. You know, they'll watch me, they'll watch Kirk, we'll give them the whole blueprint, but people still go do what they want to do. And every person this week, except maybe one person, has dealt with one particular individual. I'm not going to say this person's name. He ain't on YouTube, so I don't want y'all thinking this who y'all may be thinking. It's an Instagram person, a big Instagram person, and all of them bought this master class, and all of them came to me complaining. You know, people believe in, and this goes back to like the situation for early, and the whole situation with EW. I don't. The reason why I blocked him, and I'm not gonna leave him blocked. I just said block him for right now because I don't got time to go back and forth. But I'm gonna unblock him. I just don't have time to go back and forth right now. The dreams that people sell are not reality. They're dreams. And so many people, especially us, right? We believe in these these false uh, this these dreams that they try to sell you. Ain't nothing in this industry easy. If a person is trying to sell you a course on box truck and they're standing next to anything other than a box truck, you should run.
Mm-hmm.
If they're telling you about box truck and they're standing next to a Benz, a BMW, a Bentley, a Lamborghini, a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, a Audi, run. Because that's telling you right there who they are. They're using tools to get you to buy into whatever it is they're selling. They're showing you that, hey, I have this car, so that means I'm successful. That doesn't necessarily mean that. That doesn't even mean it's their car. You're attracted to the car instead of worrying about what's coming out of their mouth. See, me, I come here and I give people information. I give them education. You don't know what I drive. You don't know where I live. I could be broke. I could be rich. I could be middle class. You wouldn't know. But whether I'm broke, whether I'm rich, whether I'm poor, whether I got a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, a Chevy Malibu, or a Volkswagen Beetle, don't none of that matter because none of that is going to help your box truck business be successful. The reason why I can sit up here and give you this information is because I've done it. I'm experienced at it, right? And as a bonus, I know business because I studied business for 5 years at a university. So the basic fundamentals, the prerequisites, the liberal arts classes for business, all the 101s and the 102s, macro, micro, introduction to economics, business 101, 102, advanced business, all these courses that I took, it's what helped me that when I had a business, be able to really, focus on making the business profitable and running it the correct way. So I can get up here and tell you all this stuff. It don't make me no never mind. You know why? Because I've been doing it for a year and a half, and 98% of the people don't do it anyway. 98% of the people don't do it anyway. I watch you, Mark. I watch you, Mark. I watch you, Mark. Well, man, why you don't have a business plan? What should I do? I don't know. What should you do? If you have a business plan, you have already done your market analysis to know what's in your market, to know what you should do. You should be coming to me for strategy. Or Mark, I'm failing. I got everything. I got my business plan, but I'm just not doing something right. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna look at everything, and I'm gonna figure out what's going wrong and what you should do. Or Mark, I'm doing great. I'm ready to take it to the next level. Can you help me make a strategy to scale? Don't come to me for bullshit that you can Google. Because I'm gonna hold you accountable because I told you I don't want to do it. I don't do mentorships. I don't do easy stuff. I don't need your money. Don't come to me for Googleable stuff. I'm not gonna help you with your cost per mile. I'm not gonna help you with your business plan. I'm not the guy. Go pay $1,100 to one of them guys over there so they can sell you some stuff that you can go Google yourself. Mark had money when he came to YouTube. I don't want your money. Come to me when you want to really strategize and get to that next level, or you're doing everything correctly and it's just something you're missing, and you need someone who is experienced to really look and listen to what you're saying to kind of figure out what are you doing wrong to help turn it around. You're doing everything pretty much right. You just got to pay yourself. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So let me see if we got any questions.
As hard as I can, and messing with these brokers. You got to make sure that that MC look real good, real nice and clean, especially no lates and all that kind of stuff. You know, yeah. That MC, it matters a lot.
This is what I wanted to ask you. The one question I wanted to ask you that I forgot, somebody just brought it up. I was listening and it sounded like you were doing one pick, one drop. Is that the case? And if so, why are you not doing partial? That's what I was going to ask you. That's the question that I forgot. So are you doing one pick, one drop?
Yeah, I do one pick, one drop. Yeah. Yeah, I do one pick, one drop.
Why are you not doing partials?
Partial game is kind of hard to do in a reefer because a lot of places, a lot of them don't like to run their loads in a reefer truck, and then I don't have no divider in the back, so everything gonna be frozen if one thing gotta be frozen, you know. So and then all these loads they at different temperatures. You know, they the one I brought down here was -10. This one right here is 33 degrees. The one I'm picking up tomorrow is 35 degrees. So it's just it's hard to do it like that. That's why I run in certain areas. Also, I didn't talk about that. You know, back when I first started running, I had to go all the way to California. You know, and all up to Oregon and Washington and all that kind of stuff, and come back home and stuff. But ever since I got, say, 90 days on my authority, man, it's been Gucci ever since. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just trying to get them to give you a good rate, you know, on something that you know should be a good rate. You know, that's. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it'll fit in my.
You doing about nickel? You doing about 5,000 a week? That's better than a lot of people that are in the space right now are doing. So, you know, like I said earlier, the average person I talk to people every day, 3,000, 3,500. So you still averaging about 5,000 a week. So you're doing really, really good. But yeah, so I already knew the answer to that. You know, it's hard to partial reefer because you may have some tomatoes and then you may have some shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's just, you know,
that's two different
temperatures, right? So you can't, so you can't do it. So I guess that's one of the negative sides maybe of getting a reefer truck, because you can't really partial reefer loads, but you can partial dry loads though. Why don't you partial dry loads?
Well, because it's hard to find stuff going all in the same direction, man. I've been listening to Kirk and stuff like that. I've been a subscriber to his channel too for ever since he came on. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just partial and it's just hard. I got buddies and stuff that's in the dry van side of it and stuff. They saying that it's hard and sometimes it's hard for them to even get $1.25 a mile for a dry load. It's a struggle on them dry loads. So
Here's a start from.
I'm not uh
We go a question from Five Star. I'm sorry. Were you finished with your thought, or were you saying something? I'm
I'll
sorry.
for you,
Uh,
sir.
Five Star said, "Why did you decide to go with the Class B 26-foot box truck versus starting out in a semi running power only loads?"
Well, just because Arkansas is where I'm at, it's Memphis got some good stuff jumping and stuff, but also the cost. You know, pretty much for this truck right here, all the bills is paid with $4,000. With a little bit left over. For the dashboard, the truck note, the insurance. And then my insurance. Since I do hazmat, I gotta have hazmat insurance,
Mm-hmm.
reefer insurance. And all that come out of the 1,300 right now. So I ain't think I was getting too bad of a rate for insurance right now, but
Mm-hmm.
pretty much if I make 20 a month, 10 goes towards the truck because I'm gonna spend about 4 or a little bit less in diesel. So I just
Mm-hmm.
I just count that 10 to the truck, and whatever I don't have to put into the truck, is all good, and then the other 10 go into the account to pay stuff. Well, not to exactly pay stuff, but to save or whatever. So pay for
Okay.
repairs, all that kind of stuff. It's I gotta keep a good repair, but I tell you right now, I say if this motor go out, I ain't
Yeah.
got the money to I ain't got the money to replace it. Not to come up and just say I'm finna drop 30 30,000, on it.
Mm. Well, that
So
ain't
that's
gonna
why I
happen,
try to
man.
make
That
I
ain't
try
gonna.
to get them oil filter changes and then also you want to keep them records too. So when you get ready to sell that truck,
Yeah.
it's worth more if you got the maintenance records. So that's why I make sure I go to where I can get a receipt, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Uh, Let me see. It's a bunch of questions. I'm just scrolling through them. Give me 1 second. Uh, maybe choose a posture. Let me see. How Jeremy? Okay. Hey Jeremy, now that we had a teaching moment, LOL, are you going to start paying yourself anytime soon? And how do you plan transition into doing so?
Oh yes. That's what. Yes. When I go home after this time right here, I'm gonna regroup and I'm gonna try to probably gonna do that QuickBooks thing. I gotta get that under control.
You
Because
could do.
I'm not. I got pretty decent credit and everything, but like Mark said, if I wanted to go buy something, I do want to go buy me another pickup truck. You know, but that ain't nothing that I gotta have right now. But this right here is my G ride right here. I got a '92
Mm-hmm.
sitting in the garage. That's what I roll when I go home. That old
Mm-hmm.
'92 5.0. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
roll. But like I said, my wife she got a new car, brand new car. But this right here, this is where I'm putting all my money into. I don't blow a lot of money nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, you could use
Yeah.
QuickBooks. You could use ADP. You could go um the CPA route,
Yeah.
and when early I want to apologize that I kind of but sometimes like certain things, uh, like what he was saying was wrong, but like no one's gonna buy a property. under a trucking business. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? The example I gave earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can buy property under LLC. I learned that from my commercial landlord for the warehouse. All his properties, whatever the address, if it was 123 Main Street, it was 123 Main Street LLC. It was 124 Main Street LLC. But those are businesses. You see what I'm saying? His home was in his wife's name. Now, this is a well-to-do real estate investor, right? Because he owns a business. He knows, you run across the right person and he's PGing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But his house is in his wife's name. All his assets are in his wife's name. He gonna make sure if he gets caught up in anything, those wife and those kids at least have a home. You see what I'm saying? I didn't want to go off on the deep end and kind of take away from you, but it was a moment where I had to, teach. What he was saying was wrong, but in our cases, because we're poor people, especially in trucking, like it just you don't go purchase the home that you need to live in under a trucking business, because trucking, it could be here today and gone tomorrow.
Maybe a terminal where you're gonna keep the truck at. Maybe that. I don't know too much. I don't know about that, but that'd be how the
Yeah.
closest it'll come.
It just don't make sense. You do want to have assets. You do want to pay yourself, because your person, you do want to acquire assets as an individual as well. There's nothing wrong with having assets as an individual. You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing wrong with that. House is a good asset to have, and it's not something that you want to tie up under a trucking business. So I thank you again, and I appreciate you, and I apologize, but I appreciate you letting me take that 20 minutes to go off on the deep end. It just I had to do it. I had to, man. Do reefer loads pay decent now with the way the markets are?
Oh yeah, well they pay a lot better than the dry loads. It depends. It also depends on how bad they want to get it out of there and all that kind of stuff. Because when I do reefer loads, I always compare. What's the temp? How far is it going?
Mm-hmm.
And when I deliver, all that kind of stuff you need to take into account. Because, like I said, I don't like to hold these jokers over one day. Because anything could go wrong. Like I said, I done pulled up in Thermal King 2 or 3 times since I've been out on the road. And those were like uh, where I had to have the load over like about 2 or 3 days or something like that, and something a belt burn off one time, and then a fuel sensor thing went wrong with it another time. So yeah, they pay pretty good. This one right here paid 1.57. Uh, and the one that I'm picking up tomorrow, it pays one 186, I think, $1.86 a mile. But I got to take what I can get because I'm already getting close to the end of the week. So if I can get that 1,800 in, I only done made this 1150. Well, I brought that load down here, but I already factored that load right there. I usually factor once a week. What I do, I save all my trips up and factor once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And so I factored that trip I came down here on, which was $1,000. So I got 3 more trips that I'm gonna have to factor. Hopefully, I get another trip Friday evening or Friday morning. And if I do, I'll try to drop that on Monday and factor that. So that's how I try to keep it rolling. But yeah, they pay pretty good. The hazmat, even on the hazmat load, they had a hazmat load picking up in Houston yesterday. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to pay $1.57 a mile for that,
Mm.
for a hazmat load going all the way over to Georgia. So it all depends. Because the last time I was over, I ran a hazmat load from Houston over to Baton Rouge, and they paid 1,100 and something dollars. It was like $3 and something a mile.
Mm.
You know, Then got over there to Baton Rouge and got stuck and had to leave up out of there for $1.37.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about the market, man. I'll tell you, it's all about the market and luck of the draw and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. What, if any, is the maintenance on the reefer unit? What's the average you think you spend? I know you said it earlier, but he probably came in late for the maintenance on that
Well,
reefer unit.
this is a 2017 freight Whisperer, uh, Thermo King Whisperer. So um, when I first got it, I got all the belts replaced on it. Come to find out they were cracked on it, so I did need to get them replaced and a service that Thermo King that's getting the oil changed and fill filters and all that kind of stuff. I think that run you like about 600 or so or something like that. No, it was like four something because I had to get an alternator that broke a bolt, and because they broke that bolt, I had to buy a whole new alternator for some reason. But yeah, it's about four something to get it serviced at Thermo King.
Okay.
But it's not too bad.
Let's see. Hey, we answered that one. We asked that one. Let's see. Scroll. No, he's never partial. What percent? What percent does your Well, you don't run a dispatcher no more. You don't have a dispatcher no more, right?
Yeah, me and him, we still working together. I told you,
Oh,
man. Yeah, me and him,
oh.
we still
What
working
percent?
together.
What percent does your dispatcher take?
Well, that's something else. I wasn't even gonna mention that. Well, what I done is I done kind of like started like a small dispatching company because
Mm-hmm.
he has like buddies over there. You know, like about three or four buddies over there that's all they do is sit around the laptop and search loads all day, all night because it's nighttime over there while it's daytime here. You know, that's all they do. So he don't I really don't get charged. You know, I got him plugged up, so he running those other trucks. When I was paying him, I was paying him 5%.
Mm.
That helps him. 5%.
5%. That ain't bad.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, that ain't bad. I think they charging like 8 or 10 over here.
That ain't bad at all. Let's see. Let's see. What else? Mr. Jeremy, how is your business? How you see your business in 5 years?
I, I'm thinking positive. I'm thinking that I'll be up. You know, and in 5 years, you know, this truck will be paid for. You know, I ain't even trying to pay it off. You know, I'm just trying to keep cash flow just in case if something happen. You know, I ain't even trying to. I could probably throw a couple of extra payments in a year or something like that, but I ain't even trying to do that. I'm just, I just want to maintain the business for those first 5 years, and then eat good on the later 5 years once I have the truck paid off and everything, and then after those 5 years over, hopefully the truck is still worth something to where I can sell it
Mm-hmm.
to get a little bit more
Are, are
money out of
you
it.
are you aggressively paying the note down on the truck, or are you just paying whatever the monthly bill? The seven you said 1,700. Are you just sending them 1,700, or are you sending them more every month?
Yeah, I'm just 1,700.
Would you take
Just
it out for
paying
a 6? You took a 6 year or a 5 year?
5 year.
Okay. Uh, Let me see. What's your thoughts? This is not really for tonight, Jake, but if it would be wise to start renting a U-Haul if you can't afford a truck. Well, if you're gonna rent a truck, a U-Haul for the moving business is probably gonna cost you more because the miles they charge like $1, $1.19, $1.29 a mile in most markets, and that's going to eat you up. So you might want to rent a commercial truck from Penske, Budget, or Enterprise if you're going to go the rental route. The daily route is going to be cheaper, but U-Haul is going to kill you in the miles. So,
Mm.
uh, All right, what's your thoughts, Jeremy, on extended warranties from a third party?
Shoot, that mess ain't worth nothing, man. You had to go through so much legal, and then sometimes they don't even want to work on third. They don't even want you to use a third party warranty place at certain places and all that kind of. Cause that's something else I left out. I forgot my truck broke down on me up in Indiana. Like my third week out with that first dispatcher, one of the oil sending unit sensor went out and had me broke down on uh the turnpike up there, Ohio Indiana turnpike up there on 80 up there.
Yeah.
So they towed Fremont or something like that to a Freightliner dealership there. That cost me $600 and something dollars. But I would that maintenance, and they didn't even want to deal with that then. That's where I get that from. She didn't even want to deal with it, even though it just cost me $600. I just paid it. I was just ready to go. I had the money. Shoot, I just paid and go.
Mhm.
Just filed on my tax. But they didn't even want to deal with it. She pushed me to the back of the line and all different kind of mess, because she had to deal with that third party.
What are you using for a mileage log? If you're not keeping track, then you can probably get the mileage from your ELDs. What are you using for a mileage log?
Yeah, my ELD.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
use? Motive or
Oh,
who do you use?
motive.
Motive?
Motive.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, motive.
Uh
Man, I sure got to pay that IFTA coming up. That's something else. With this CDL truck, you got to pay IFTA.
uh, uh all right. Jeremy, have you ever ran into any problems with shippers or receivers? And if so, who gave you a harder time? Dry load warehouses or warehouses that take reefer loads?
Ooh. Um, I had one bad experience. There's one bad experience with a reefer load I brought over here to Texas, and it was a broker fault. The doggone TQL broker. I should have known something wasn't right because he couldn't change the appointment time or whatever. He kept on saying, and then he finally said, "Yeah, I got it changed." But I brought a TQL load over here. I think from Georgia to somewhere over here in Texas, and got there at the receiver. Come to find out, they only unload trucks. I got there that evening. They said they don't unload trucks until 5 a.m. in the morning till a certain till 5 to 10 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So I called the TQL broker. He only gave me another 250, but I had to sit there a whole another day because I couldn't deliver. So I
Mm-hmm.
lost another day of work because that broker he lied to me and said that I could have delivered when he had that appointment time. Got there, the lady said, looked at that paper one time, said we only receive from 5 o'clock to 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. Real quick and stuff. I said, no, I can't be. Here go my appointment. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, no. She didn't tell me that they lied to her or whatever, but that would
Mm-hmm.
happen. That broker, there was probably a repower load that the truck couldn't get there on time to get, and so I grabbed it late, and they just put it on my truck and told me what they wanted to tell me. But no,
Mm.
I don't really have that much problem. My appointment said they pretty much go ahead and unload me. If I do, I get detention. I got plenty of detentions and layovers. I haven't missed not one penny on that right there. Only thing I gotta do is say something. And they give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Tono, truck not used. I had one experience with that. Um, Broker didn't pay me for that truck not used one time. I just chopped it up to the game, kept on going. What you gonna do? You can or keep on calling them and fussing at them or something like that. That's all you basically can do. You ain't got nothing you can go to file no complaint or anything like that. Not that I know of.
Okay. All right. Unless there's any more questions, I think that's all the questions I see. Kevin Birch says, oh, where is that at? Calvin Birch says, I appreciate it, Mr. Jeremy. He wishes you great success in your business. All right.
No, definitely.
If there's any more questions, now is the time. Once again, um, shout out to, I see a couple people join as members. They probably was joined while I was on that one of those epic teaching moment rants. So shout out to the two people that became members to the channel. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to the super chat. The super chat actually came from E Double. So E Double, I appreciate the super chat. We had to go ahead and put you on timeout because that's just misinformation, man. So we're gonna let you back in, but I'm not. Listen, save the debates for the debate show. Save the debates for the debate show. All right, we don't want to take away from other people's times because I just can't help myself. I'm gonna keep it one thing. I can't when I can go on one of them escapades that I just went on and then break it down and explain why. Sometimes I might not be able to hold my composure. So say that type of stuff for debate shows, which we may have some debate shows coming up. And then we can debate topics. I know you've been wanting to debate me and Kirk for the longest. Just I may set something up, but just make sure you bring your A game. If you want to debate. All right. But appreciate you for your super chats. Pippi, if you want to go ahead and let them back in, take them off timeout, you free to do so. E-Dub, if you still watching, we know we're not doing no debating tonight. Let me see. Hey, Mark, how do you? Somebody answer for you. Hit the X on the chat and hit the join channel button. Let's see. All right, so great guest. Man, I appreciate you for coming up tonight. I know we had a nice little teaching moment that kind of took time away, but I circled back to allow people to answer their questions. So I appreciate you for being patient doing that. I think, man, based off what you said, your business is set up right. The only thing I would want you to do, this is just my advice. You can do what you want to do. I only give people the advice for things that I've actually lived, right? And when I give people advice on things and like the whole paying yourself, I give you examples why you want to pay yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I see that I think you need to work on. Just keep making more money. Obviously, the more money you make, the more money you take, the more money you can pay yourself, the more my Uncle Sam gets too, but the more ultimately the business makes, the more you can pay yourself. You got a 10-year plan. Just, run it up these next 10 years so you can ride off into the sunset, man. Ride off into the sunset. And that's ultimately what it's all about. Setting a plan and executing it and getting the most out of this business that you can get out of it and then get out. Trucking, and I've said it before, I haven't said it in a while, trucking is not something in today's time that you want to make a 30-year plan, a 20-year plan. Back in the boomer days, the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, it was a good career then. But now we see, since it was deregulated, prior to deregulation, a lot of the truckers didn't have the health issues that they have today because most of those routes were local because they were going from one terminal to another terminal, and then a truck would pick it up from that terminal and take it to another terminal. It was kind of parlayed throughout the country, and trucking companies own specific routes, right? Not everybody could, be their own independent owner operator until it was deregulated. And once deregulation came in, is what you have now. And you got truckers running all these hours. They unhealthy and they eating bad food, and it's not something that you want to set 30 years, 40 years, right? Set you a nice 10-year plan like you did. You bust your behind 10 years. While you making that money, you're investing that money. You putting that money into other things. You socking money away from retire. You put it into things that are appreciating. You know what I'm saying? So that when you do want to sit back, you can, man. You ain't gotta worry about going over the road and bumping all around,
Yeah.
prostate getting beat up and all that stuff, man. It's not
Hey,
something. So, man, you said
that's
what?
what I'm gonna get into. I'm gonna get me a cargo van and do that. Where you do that door delivery, just drop it off at the door. That's what I'm be
Yeah, yeah.
doing in that 10 years. I'm gonna
So you
switch
gonna
to something like
you
that.
gonna moonlight and do
Huh?
that? You gonna do the
Yeah.
moonlight and do that? Okay, yeah, that's a plan. Yeah, that's a
Or
plan.
do
You
a
know, so.
little security job, where I'm sitting in a little booth or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got plans
Mm-hmm.
on that one once I retire. So, but yeah,
What?
I'm gonna do something
So
like that.
somebody asked a question. Is this Kirk? How much is the trailer? He don't got a. He got a box truck. Kirk. He got a reefer box truck with a sleeper. You got a 2-foot sleeper, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can show us your sleeper.
There's two. Huh?
Can you show? Is it clean? You want to show it to us, just in case
Not
anybody ain't never
really.
seen a sleeper in a box truck? Okay.
Not really. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah. Where you got your TV mounted?
Oh no, it's just over in the passenger seat.
Oh,
Just
okay.
pushed up there. Yeah, I just got it
Okay.
over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Where I be watching my games at. I
Okay.
knew I had to be comfortable.
Right. And then
And
where your
put my
refrigerator at?
refrigerator right there in
Okay.
between the seats. I can take that passenger seat out. But
Uh
that's
huh.
my refrigerator right
So
there.
when you just climb over the refrigerator to get in the bed?
Yeah, I just pull my seat forward and pull my seat forward a little bit and pull the refrigerator up a little bit, and then the I got an oversized mattress on here. I ain't got that little 2 foot one. I got one
Mm-hmm.
about 3 feet wide. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I can actually have some room to stretch out. So it take up a little bit of this extra room, but I just move this stuff forward and sleep like a baby.
Kirk want to know what's the balance on your truck. I guess he want to buy it off of you or something.
uh, I don't know. I don't know the exact balance right now, but but just off the top of the head right now, and knowing that I didn't pay the whole year in payments and what I put down. Um, I say I'm in the 40 to 30, somewhere
Right.
around there. I'm not sure. I should be in the 40 to 30
Because you put 20
thousand
grand
left.
down.
Uh,
'Cause you
well,
put.
I think only 18 of that actually went to the truck, and
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, I think the other two went to getting the tags, the
Mm-hmm.
the tags and stuff, sales taxes
Mm-hmm.
for the truck.
Mm-hmm.
But then I done paid another year of payment, so over a year of payment. So
Okay. What's the name of the third party warranty company that denied your claim since you said it was a waste of money?
oh goodness gracious, man, I couldn't. I ain't no way I'm be able to remember that. I'm gonna tell you that now. Ain't no way. I got it through AIM, the truck, the place where I bought the truck at.
Mm-hmm.
They doggone I was green. I think I could have got this truck for less money, even though the truck is worth every penny. To me, it is anyway. It had a little surface rust on it, but for the most part, dog, this joke was ticking like a time bomb. Dog, this joke will be running.
Were you worried
You
because
know.
I've talked to people on the channel before, and we've looked for trucks online, and I think it was Marcus. I was talking to him about a truck, and he was like, "Man, I don't want to buy a truck from up there. The truck got rust." Did that concern you coming up here and buying a truck? The rust, did that concern you any?
Well, but also, how much rust how bad can it rust in 2017? I can see if it was a 2021 or something like that, I mean not 2021, but 2001 or 2005 or 10 or something, but no, it didn't really concern me. I knew it was gonna have some rust on it because I know how the roads is, man. I know, but it ain't nothing but straight surface rust. I just get that stuff. I could probably paint it myself, just take the dye grinder and knock that little dust off and paint it. Cause it's all surface, it ain't nothing through.
Kurt just texted me. He said he want to come up and ask you a question. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, yeah.
How does it work leasing onto a company? Do I still have to get my own insurance, or do I go under theirs? You gotta have your own insurance. You run under their authority, but it's your truck. You're gonna have to get the insurance. I actually had a guy today hit me in a crisis like that. And I really don't want to go into details on his situation, but it's rough, man. I'm just gonna pray for that gentleman because he out on the road. Man, he already took a 1,400-mile load for $1,200, and
Mm.
I don't even think he got no
But I,
insurance. He claimed that he
I
running
agree.
under,
Though,
huh?
if you ain't got, if you ain't getting no good rate or whatever, sometimes you gotta move, or you shouldn't
Yeah.
be in. Like you said, you might need to go get a cargo van.
Nah, but
But
see, I don't think he really understands the business because I asked him, I said, why would you take that? You don't know your cost per mile? And I'm like, man, what are you paying for insurance? He said, I'm under my dispatcher's insurance. I'm like, how is that possible? My dispatcher said I could run under their insurance. I'm like, do you have an insurance card on that truck? He said, no. I'm like, man, have you been through any
ooh,
way stations? He said, yeah, they all been closed.
lucky.
So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, man. I like some of the stuff that, and when I be telling people, like, people be hitting me in crisis. People be hitting me in crisis. I don't talk about a lot of the stuff that I come across just throughout the day. So it's serious out here, man.
Hey,
Kurt, what
can
up?
I, let me step outside right quick. 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yep.
I gotta do something right quick.
Kurt, what up?
Mark, what's up, man?
What up?
We all here, man. We all here. I'm over
Yeah, I
here,
see.
man.
I see.
We in the streets, man.
What's going on, man?
Got all we got all the trucks out here, man. This how we do it, man.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
see.
saying?
I
Yeah, I
see. I
kind of come
see.
in the live late. I thought he had a semi. That's why I was, you know what I mean?
Nah, he got a reefer box.
Yeah, what size is it? Is it a 26 footer?
Yeah, he got 26. He
26
got
footer
20
with lift gate?
26 footer with why does this keep cutting up? 26 footer with yeah, with lift gate, and he got a 2 foot sleeper.
Oh, and that's a Freightliner.
Yeah, Freightliner M2.
Sorry about
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
Why you
good,
want
man?
bad? You want bad or something?
How's it going?
Man, you know it is, man.
I already know. But you gonna tell me about the Pakistani
What?
dispatchers?
Hey, hey, let me ask you a question. What's the door clearance on your truck? When you
90.
come and work with me for 1 week, man. I'll dispatch you. You want to start next week?
No, you what you talking about reefer loads?
Just come and. No, I don't do reefer. I get you some dry van load.
Oh, no, we had to talk turkey on the on the other line or something. I don't know what all your terms are and stuff. You know.
I don't want nothing from you. I'll give you the work. I don't do dispatching, but I'll dispatch you for 1 week. I don't need nothing from you.
Uh, no, I'm talking about you know my terms and everything. You know yeah, you just want to dispatch me?
You're running with these guys, right?
He
I pretty much run under my own MC.
That's
Well,
fine.
everything. Huh?
I said that's
Excuse me.
fine. I said
Oh,
that's
okay.
okay. You can run under your MC. I said I'll give you a week to come and run with me. I'm not charging you no money because I want to show you the partial. Because you say it's hard, so I want to show you how to do it. But because you're already in a truck, I want to teach you while you're running in the truck.
Partials in a reefer.
It
That's gonna
doesn't
be
matter.
hard right there, ain't it?
It doesn't matter because you got dry, whether it's dry van or reefer load. You take
Uh
dry
huh.
load.
Yeah, I do a lot of dry loads. Yeah.
All right, so you want to do a week?
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Well,
so
it probably won't be no week here soon because I'm gonna go home next week and probably when I come back out we could probably do something then
but
out of
what
Arkansas
state are
because
you?
I'm based out of Arkansas. Uh,
What's what we're in Arkansas.
Little Rock.
Okay, so you're Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay,
Yeah, Little Rock. Uh,
okay. All right. So when you got Mark information, right?
yes, I got his email address. Yes.
Okay, so send Mark over your stuff, and then whenever you're ready, you let me know. But
What
I'm
what
telling you,
stuff is that?
huh?
What stuff is that?
Send him all. He got your Mark. You got his information, right? Like his phone number and stuff
yeah,
like
I
that,
got
right?
his email. Got his email.
All right, all right. So you let me know when you're ready, man.
Yeah, I know you the partial king. I know you. You be doing them
Right,
partials.
right. But I want to
But,
show you how it's done, and because you're already out here running, and you say it's hard. Once I hear you say that, I know you don't understand it. See what I'm saying? I
uh,
don't need no money from you. You don't have to be scared of me. I don't need anything from you.
no,
I'm not
no,
charging
I'm
you
not.
anything. No, I'm telling you, don't be iffy. I don't need your money. I'm not gonna I don't need anything. You don't have to pay me. You understand what I'm saying? I just want
Uh,
to show you what you think is complicated so that way you can have a better understanding.
okay, I understand. Yeah, I understand completely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm
Hmm.
not asking you for no money. Don't think I'm gonna put a contract where you gotta pay me $500 and $600 a week. I don't need nothing from you. I just want to show you something. That's it. If you want it, you want it.
Okay.
If not, I wish you the best. You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand. Yes, I want to learn that because I want to maximize the truck. You know, it's just kind of hard with the rates and the reefer and all that kind of stuff. It just because
Right,
I like to drop and move, drop and move, drop and move. I know it's kind of hard to do that, but
right. But I hear you was telling Mark about the cost per mile, the mile, the how much the brokers are paying, the rates, and all of that stuff. So I just want to show you that even though you got the truck, the type of truck you have, you still can make some serious money. But you don't understand partial. So I want to show you using what I got right? And I'll
Okay.
implicate that with your truck, and then you have a better understanding. So when you come out here and you're running, now you understand how partial is done and how to set it up. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not knocking the guys you're using, but dispatchers are not in the business to do partial. They don't do it.
That's correct.
You see what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, 'cause it takes too much time to sit up there and parcel a truck out
It,
maybe three different loads
no,
or
no,
along a
no,
route.
no, it, no. It doesn't take a lot of time. It takes a lot of time when you don't know. But if you want to
Mm.
find out how easy and simple it is, you let me know. We'll be here.
Okay. Oh
All
yeah. Oh
right?
yeah. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
And
sure want to
and
learn it.
then and then you let me know, and then we'll we set up a time. We'll book you some load. We'll schedule a time when you come out. We'll book you some load, and then you come out, and then we'll bring you back, and then we'll let you tell Mark how it worked.
Yeah,
All right?
okay. Sounds good. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
Now listen. We're waiting on you now. You see what I'm saying?
uh,
hey,
I'm looking at
Kirk.
Mark. I'm looking at Mark's face.
No, I'm just,
No, because
you know,
you see,
Kirk using you as a marketing tool. So he do it for you for free. He gonna give you some good loads where you gonna probably make maybe 25% more than probably what you making now. And then you gonna come back and sing his praises to everybody else in the channel, and then that's that's gonna be good for him.
Hey,
no,
I think he could.
because
If you look at some of the other people's stories that that didn't work with him, it don't sound like it's no fault of his. It kind of like it sound like to me it's a lot of their fault.
I told you, Kirk. I told you. So Kirk got to he got to redeem
no,
himself.
listen.
Hey,
You know,
he
no,
said the
listen.
same thing we was talking about earlier. Like, man, Kirk, your name been tossed out there twice, man. And they making you look
Hey,
bad. Yeah,
No,
you
hard
no,
enough work.
no, but listen.
Hard
Here's the
enough
joke,
work though.
though.
I can show
But
you a
but
success though if
hey,
you
hey,
give it to me
hey,
and say, I'll run.
hey, check this out. Check this out.
hey.
I told Mark. Listen, I told Mark. Me and Mark have a conversation last week, right? And
Uh,
to what was it? Yesterday, Mark? Not even a week.
Mhm.
I proved the conversation to Mark when it comes down to people that come and do mentorship. Literally, literally.
That was today. That was earlier
That
today.
exactly. I
I
said
was
it
at
to
the
Mark
gym. You
last
called
week,
me yelling and stuff,
and
hollering and shit.
right.
He was mad
But
as
but
hell.
but 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 see. This is why I was telling Mark Sunday I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna talk about these subscribers on my channel that jump from all these content creator, and this is what hindering a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? I listen to you talk, and I kind of like the way how you sound because you're not distracted. You just need a clear understanding of how to really set up your truck. A lot of these guys, they get easily distracted, and that's what me and Mark was talking about. The $1,100 guy, the this, the that, the so forth. You get what I'm saying? So, listening to you, you just need to understand how to set up your truck and how to run your truck. Once you do that, it's good. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Hey, Kirk,
So,
you got some.
as a,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Go
No,
ahead.
go
Because
ahead,
it's
Mark.
two people dropped a super chat that asked a question. First is Moose Lodge. Is Kirk hiring a semi driver?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not hiring a driver.
All right. Appreciate that super chat for that question. And then the troublemaker, E double. We let him back. Well, I let him back in. I told Pippi to let him back in, but then I went and checked and she hadn't done it. So I let him
Uh-huh.
back in. He got a question. Did you hear how much he's making, Kirk?
No, I came in the live. I came in the live late. I came in the live late.
He's averaging about 14 to 20,000 a month. So about 5,000 a week.
Right. That's
So
fine.
so how much more you think you can make him? You can increase that 5,000 a week to what you think?
See, the thing with me is I never
Cause
taught
he
numbers with people. I
right.
don't make promises to numbers because what it does is sometimes it distract the driver from focusing on what really we all here doing. You see what I'm saying? And I see that a
Mhm.
lot of time. A lot of guys, you give them a number. Like I said, okay, I'll make it 6,500. But then a guy come out here and let's say Thursday we had 4,500, right? He
Yeah.
might start to slow down. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we have two other load, but now it's kind of like it's work and it doesn't work. So I don't give numbers. All I can say is that you come out here and you make whatever you make, and then we move from there. But in the midst of you running, you'll have a better understanding because it's not just about. I don't really want to take you just for the money aspect of it. You're gonna make money, but I really want you to understand a broader picture of how to run the truck. You see what I'm saying? And how to set up the truck where you can make more money. You understand? So you have a reefer, right?
Yeah.
You run dry loads, right? So just come on over and we set up the truck, and then you run a week, and then you see how it works. But I guarantee you, a lot of the if and but question that you have, you're gonna walk away with a lot more knowledge because you're gonna be talking to me every day. You're gonna have my number. You see what I'm saying? And I'm very
Yeah.
aggressive. I'm gonna be on top of you. You see what I'm saying? So it's gonna be different. Like Mark would say, you're gonna get tweaked. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna hit the tweak button on you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So
yeah,
so Dub got another question. He said he makes 6K a week. I didn't hear that. I thought I heard 14 to 20,000 a month. That's 5,000 a
hmm
Yeah,
week.
that was. Yeah, that cause sometimes you don't. I try to do a monthly average. I try to make the 5,000 a week, but I'm trying to make that monthly. Try to get it close to that 20 as I can every month. That's what I usually go by. But I know if I'm getting five, I'm gonna get to 20. So.
okay. So let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a
Mhm.
question. You're averaging 5 now, right?
Yeah, well, this week right here, it all depends on Friday. If I get a load out of Georgia on Friday and deliver it probably Monday morning, I probably hit close to five because I'm
Okay,
already
and
at I'll be at 39.50 uh
okay, and that's one pick,
Friday.
one drop, right?
Yeah, all my loads this week been one pick, one drop. Yeah, all of my loads be like that. Yeah,
So
and I'm over here. I've
if
been
you're
over here in this
39,
Dallas Fort Worth. Uh,
if you're 39 and you're doing one pick, one drop, you there's no partial included. How much you think you're gonna
no.
increase from doing partial?
Uh, well, the partial race that I've been down here in Dallas Fort Worth area. I was down here yesterday. I sat the day before yesterday because I didn't want to take none of them cheap loads, man. Some of them parcels ain't even paying $1 a mile, and then they go. So it had quite a bit going to California, but I ain't trying to go to California. They had
All right,
nothing coming back up to Chi-Town. That's where I was
but
trying to go back up to Illinois, but they didn't
yeah,
have nothing going up that way. Uh,
but what I'm saying is, if you make 39 with one pick, one drop, and you're doubling the load, you're gonna make more money.
yeah, yeah, possibly it depends on how much the rate per mile is with those two or three partials because sometimes I can
All right,
just 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 depends. Sometimes I can get a rate of $2 or something because like I said I do reefer and hazmat and tanker, so it all depends. Like the
all
load that
right,
I brought to Texas, we paid $2 and something a mile.
all right. Just set it up with Mark and come around with me for a week. All right.
Okay.
I know when
Yeah.
I said that you said what the numbers gonna look like. I don't need your money, okay? Just come and run with me.
No, you don't need my
All
money. You
right.
Kirky Fresh. I go all the way back to your video when you pull that big old knot out of that bag when you was in your car. You pull that big old knot out of your bag. No, you finna go buy some that day or something. I don't know what you finna go buy, but I know you got it.
Hey, he double said
Yeah,
if you can get him 6K a week, he'll give you 15%. You know who E double is, right, Kirk?
yeah. That's that's Big Vic best friend. That's Big
Hey,
Vic best friend.
hey, hey,
He went and tell Big Vic the other day after Big Vic know that you was gonna go live talk about finance. He went live and he was over there telling Big Vic that he went to war for him or battle or some shit. And then he tells Vic that we asked him to come on the live. Like we don't ask you anything, man. Man, listen, EW, if you come on, you better take Vic advice, man. You better stay where you are. Don't even try. Don't even come over here, because it's not gonna end well for you. I'm pretty sure Vic probably warned you already.
hey,
Forget
he
about
said he.
All
Mark.
right,
I'm worse than Mark. Forget about Mark.
I
I'm
remember
the
that
one who's
night
gonna
too.
I, I'm the one who's gonna get you. And I'm gonna talk about trucking out the box, Big Vic. The top 5 YouTubers gonna be mentioned. Yeah,
Hey,
man, you
he
better.
said, he said he'll give you 15% if you could get him 6,000 a week.
No,
Shoot, he
man.
still gonna need
You don't want to work with him,
Hey,
Kirk?
15.
hey,
you,
you know what's
you
crazy? Hey, listen, you know
what?
what's crazy? Hey, you know what's crazy about EW?
What's
He
that?
reminds me like some of these guys that come on the internet, right? You go
Mm.
on their profile, because I went on his Facebook page. He's a real estate investor, right? Vic is his boy, and he put a super chat for $4.99. You could have given the man a $50, man, or 500 or 200. Man, listen, man. You better stay where you at, EW. Don't take nobody advice, man. But check this out, my brother. I want you to come and swing by, man. All right? I'm gonna
Oh
hook
yeah,
you
I'm
up.
gonna check you out for sure. Yeah, I just think it's gonna probably be the week when I come back out from home time.
All right. Yeah, go do your thing and come back, man. All
Mm.
right.
I really appreciate it.
And
I've
then
been watching you for a while, and I done put a lot of your advice and stuff to work in my business. You and Mark's advice, So I might
yeah,
not have
but
bought
see,
no.
but see, now I'm not
Hey,
giving you no
hey,
advice.
hey,
Now I'm not
he,
giving you. I want to show you.
hey,
Yeah,
hold on, E Dub. He told you to give it to Big Vic, not me. Not me. I dropped the coins for you, but you ain't paying attention. Listen, you ain't paying attention,
No,
man. You ain't paying attention. He said Big Vic. He didn't say me. Now, Vic,
yeah,
now he done want to let you know he got the pay.
he got money.
Hey man, I'm
Oh
finna get out.
man.
I'm finna get out of
Oh
here,
he
man.
man.
got
I'm finna get
$20
out of here.
I know.
Hey, hey man, he gave it to the wrong person, man. He talking about when you put that super
Yeah,
chat up that day when you said you stuck up for him and you went to bat and you called Kirky stale instead of Kirky fresh.
yeah. Kirky stale.
He talking about that one.
Yeah, yeah. Give Vic the 49.99.
It
I don't
ain't.
need. Listen. Mark. Listen, man. Listen. I know Vic advise you, man. Just take Vic advice. I'm telling you. Do not come on a live with me and Mark, because it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well for you. I'm telling you. It's not gonna end well for you. I'm telling you. Because if Mark don't get you, I'ma get you.
He want to debate. We was debating earlier about you wasn't here. Let me ask you this, Kirk.
Uh huh.
Would you buy a house under your trucking business? The house that you
No,
live in
because
with your
no,
family?
no, because anything happen to the business, I lose the house, and I'm putting myself at a risk.
And he wasn't here for that earlier. Same thing I said.
Yeah, I'm
Same
putting
thing I
myself at
said.
a risk. So if
Exactly.
somebody sue me, they're gonna get everything that's in the company name, included if the house and all of that.
Baby clothes and everything.
Hey,
That's what I
Vic,
said.
you gotta remember.
Listen.
You gotta remember. You gotta remember the Middle American people, man.
Hey, I said the same thing. But here's the thing. He from he from Oakland.
He ain't from no
He
Oakland, man.
he from Oakland. You know how I know he really from Oakland?
He from Oakland when he was
No,
a
no, no.
baby.
Because Oakland cats, they kind of like Chicago cats. They kind of push their way around and try to bully situations. But see,
Yeah.
I'm cut from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? That's why he went over there
Right.
and said, I stuck up for you. Like he his big homie or something. Man, please.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't come over here and push. You can't push nothing through over here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And
So he
Vic,
from Oakland
and Vic,
because I could tell without even meeting him, I could tell from his attitude he gonna push.
Uh-huh.
He gonna push.
Uh-huh.
But see, we clash.
Uh-huh.
We could clash all day. You see what I'm saying? No, he
And
from
Vic,
Oakland.
and Big Vic ain't no damn gangster either.
Well, he
You know what I'm
told you he
saying?
don't want.
So
He told you in that stream he didn't want no trouble. He told you in that stream by responding the way he did. They issue ain't my issue, and I explained. Yeah, it can be your issue. The enemy
Right.
of my enemy is my friend.
right.
The friend of my enemy is my enemy.
But wait a minute, Mark. Wait a minute.
Hey man,
Was it EW? Wait. Was it
listen.
EW talking in the chat saying that he was saying that I should not give Vic any advice?
Yeah,
He
he
left
told
that
you
under
this.
the video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he told
told
me
you
not
this.
to give Vic advice. So if you're Vic friend and we're talking about a guy that is a known scammer, that's his name on the internet, and we're
But you
telling
not.
Vic to be careful of hanging around certain people because they're gonna get you in the street if you're running the wrong person. That's a bad advice?
Man, I don't want to bring him up now because this is a testimonial, so this ain't the right time, man.
Nah,
I kind of just want to
man,
get
listen,
this shit out the way, man, and just be done with it. But
man.
like, it wasn't no malice when I was telling him that. I was just giving friendly advice, and that's true. The enemy of my enemy, the enemy,
Right,
the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The friend of my enemy is my enemy.
right.
You know, and that's basically what I was trying to explain to him. He didn't. He said, "Man, he ain't got nothing to do with that." Okay, well, I'm
All
done with
right,
it. So I really don't
all right.
understand. You told him to tap dance. I didn't tell him to tap dance. I told him to be
Mm-hmm.
careful. I didn't tell nobody to tap dance. You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
worry.
We had a regular
If they can't,
conversation. And we parted ways at the end, and everybody said good night and bye. Like that's not something that I think ended.
right.
You know, with just negatively. I think we had a conversation. We spoke. We disagreed, and we moved on.
Yeah, but then EW called me Kirky Stale, said that he want to debate us. When he's gonna debate us, Mark? When it's this Sunday?
I mean, I
Let
could
him
end
do
this
it this
live.
Sunday.
I could end this. Nah, man, I don't want to do it this Sunday. I can end this
Nah,
live,
man.
and we could do this and get it out the way, man. I end
Nah,
this one and
man.
come right back. I come right
We
back with
ain't go.
another one because I'm already fired up after the whole house thing. I might as well. I'm fired up now. The juices is flowing, so I can
Oh
end this
man.
one. I can upload the other thumbnail because it's already made, and I come right back and we could do a quick little 45-minute hour and just be done with it, man.
No,
Because I I, I
no,
I
man.
just I just think he want to
Save it
debate
for
us,
another day.
man. See, he want to
Man,
debate, man. He want to come up here and talk about
he
Robert
got an
Kiyosaki.
issue. He got an issue with me. He got an issue with me more than you.
Yeah,
Cause he
I could
was
tell
this,
from the
you know what I
comments
mean?
because out of 10 comments, he only said one thing to me. The other 9 was for you. So his issue
Right.
really more with you than it is with
Mm-hmm.
me.
Which
Because
is
what I
which is fine.
right, right. Because I really didn't say anything wrong. I gave my advice and I left it alone. Um,
Uh-huh.
y'all have more of a long-standing feud, I guess the proper word would be, and
No, because see, I call content creator out on their BS. You know what I mean? You don't have none of them coming up here and talk about Amazon and say, all right, man, I see the struggle. Come and let me rock with you for a week. We
mhm,
give people a lot of opportunity. We teach a lot of stuff. We tell people a lot of stuff. We show people a lot of stuff. It's all about
mhm,
money. This is why I like when you said, I think it was one of these lives you was talking about, and we were like, look, I don't have to do this YouTube stuff. I said it all the time. I don't have to be
mhm,
here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
because we don't make money off of YouTube.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So,
Mm-mm.
and it's not a disrespect to nobody, but a lot of these content creators, they ain't got no money like that. I prove that all the time. I got receipt can show you guys. You know what I mean? And we know they don't got no money because we be seeing stuff they do behind the scene. You know what I mean? They ain't got no money. Vic ain't got no money like that. He ain't got no money like that. I can certify, stamp it, and approve that. He ain't got no money like that. Him and Chucking All the Fox. Chucking All the Fox is a crook. Everybody know that. See what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they ain't got no money like that. These two guys right here, Mark and Kirk, yeah, we all right. You know what I mean? But I can say that. So anyway, man, leave EW alone, man. He gonna call
No,
Vic tomorrow and tell him that he was on the live.
he cool. I mean, he hasn't you know, he has his opinions and that's fine. It's just his opinions I think are far left. You know what I'm saying? The whole housing thing earlier, that to me that what he's saying wasn't wrong. And I proved to him why that doesn't work for people like us. We're poor people. We're
Right.
not the 1%. We're just, you got some people that are less poor than others. You know, the 1% are the wealthy. The way they buy homes,
Exactly.
we have to have a safe haven. Because if anything happens to a trucking business, Kirk still needs a house to house his children, his family.
Hmm.
At least that's
Right.
something he has that he can, if he needs to pull equity out to kind of get himself back on his feet or whatever, he still got a place to lay his head instead of that house being caught up in whatever lawsuit or whatever happens to that truck. It's just common sense. We can't purchase and live off a multitude of businesses like the 1% can.
Right.
Trump can lose one building and he got plenty of other buildings across the country that are generating revenue. Yeah, that's different. That's not our situation. We're poor. We just may be
Yeah, and a
less
lot of
poor than
people,
other people, but
right.
we're all poor.
Yeah, and like you said to this guy Sunday, a lot of people don't take the time to know business, economic, and business. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of stuff that let people grow. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm listening. I'm listening to you. You know, uh, talking, and I'm like, all right, man, let me go. Let me go. Because when I heard him say partial is out, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me throw you in the field and let you see what it is. Because that's how I am. I like to get down and dirty. So when you come out here, we're going to throw you in the field. We're going to schedule the truck the right way. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to let you run. So that way, when you leave, you have a better understanding. Then, if you want to continue to do it, at least you have an idea. You get what I'm saying? Rather than you just guessing or wondering or trying to figure it out. You understand?
Yeah,
So that's all we
yeah,
do. You know what I
Man,
mean?
he want to come on, but it can't be right now. Not on this show because this show is dedicated to Mr. Jeremy.
No, we ain't gonna mess with him tonight, man.
So yeah, so not
Tonight is
tonight, man.
testimonial night. Set him up Sunday. Big Vic will be home in his little chair with
Sunday,
his,
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. You say you got a live plan where you finna call out
yeah, we
subscribers.
and we gonna call on EW too. I'm gonna call on EW. I'm gonna call him out too. He's
I
one of
gotta
them
see.
YouTubers. He's one of them damn subscribers that just jump from YouTubers to YouTubers and just talk a lot of trash. You know what I mean?
Uh, I
Yeah,
think his just opinions is way left. You know what I'm saying? I think his opinions like is different from my. I just So I don't know, but we'll set something up later on down the line. So man, any other question? I think I'm gonna end this live. It's been a great live, successful live. You know,
yeah, man. Just reach out and like I said, Mark, just let him. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Just let him send me his info. And you let me know, man, as we're gonna call you out too. Say, see, guys, we give him the opportunity and it doesn't come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. So. So just let us know, man, and I'll show you what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, sounds good to me.
All right, Mark. I'm gonna jump
All
off
right.
and let you guys finish up. All right.
All right, Kurt.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Peace out.
All right.
All
Peace.
right. All
All
right.
right. So you want to say anything in part, Jeremy?
Uh, that was my testimonial. I haven't, I haven't spent one dime on a mentorship or going uh, to these events or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a lot of common sense and listening to positive people who's been in the space for a while, and then you put your own little mix with it, and you can make a little something happen. You know, you might might not be as successful as they are, but
Mm-hmm.
they can keep you in the loop. You know, you'll be right there. You know, ready
Mm-hmm.
to step up to your next level. So that's pretty much it. I enjoy what all the content you all put out. You know, it's very, very, very helpful. You know,
Appreciate it.
a lot of people they should take heed to the information that you put out. It
Mm-hmm.
is very, very helpful. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much it. You know, I'm still out here maintaining. I ain't no rich person or anything like that. I'm just maintaining, just like the next man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I got a dream. I got an exit plan. So hopefully it all come to pass.
It will, man. Just keep your head down, push hard, keep working. You could do it. I did it. I divested heavily, and I think it was the best thing I did. So now at 43, I just have my investments that don't require me. You know what I'm saying? And I still got a couple trucks that I have, and when big projects come along or like my celebrity clientele, if I feel like doing it, we will, but if I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to ever deal with that many people ever again in life. You know what I'm saying? I did it when I had the patience to do it. The opportunity presented itself, and even though it was 3 years early, I came out a lot better than I would have in 2025. So you got to plan. Just work at it. You know when your end date is, so you know what you need to do to put yourself in a great position when that 10 years expires. And just listening from to you, I know you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I know you're gonna do it, man. Just stay positive, keep God first, keep the business
Yep.
second. Keep God first, keep the business second, and then everything else. And you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right, man. So I appreciate you. I know this was a little bit different. We had a few teaching moments. Kurt came up here. We got to, engage him with the chat, but it wouldn't be a Mark the Mentor live stream if something out of the ordinary didn't happen. So shout out to E Double for the engagement. Shout out to E Double for the engagement. We're definitely gonna put that together because I'm really curious to hear what you got to say now. Now I'm really curious with this whole house and your business thing. I want to know what else people should do with this thing. So I'm curious now. So I definitely want to do it. All right. So shout out to E Double. Shout out to everybody that watched. Tomorrow I will be back with my Rolling Commerce podcast, and we going tomorrow gonna be a good one. So once again, Jeremy, I appreciate you. Hold on, Jeremy. To everybody else, we ain't gonna do no outro music. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.